Everybody in the studio is saying, what is that? What's the name of that song? And it's Mannheim Steamroller. And they're going to be in Peoria, are they not, this month?
22nd.
The 22nd? Are they going to be in the arena or the theater? Do
That
you
I
know?
don't know.
All right. Well, we'll check with our historian. Anyway, welcome to a cold Monday morning, the 8th of December. And we say good morning to Terry Chamberlain. Good morning,
Good
Terry.
morning.
John Meisinger's here as well as we take roll.
Good morning. Thank you.
And also Terry Grawley.
Morning.
Good morning. You remember, did they take roll every morning in high school? I'm trying to remember.
In homeroom, yeah.
In the homeroom, yeah. You went to your homeroom, didn't you?
Yep.
We took a roll every hour because once those kids walk in,
Every hour?
once those kids walk in, they're your responsibility. So if you get a fire alarm or something, you go out and they follow you out, you better have a roster with you. Not
Really?
a chicken, a roster.
A
roster.
Right.
A rooster or a roster?
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Every hour, every day.
Every hour of every day?
Now, it doesn't
I don't
necessarily go into
remember
the
that.
office the first hour or homeroom goes
Yeah.
to the office because that's your attendance for the day. So, and that way they know. They would put out a sheet, paper, about
Yeah.
middle of second hour. These kids are on the absence list today, so you know who was going to be absent.
Yeah, and the reason that is important is for financial reimbursement. Am I correct?
You are correct, sir.
Really? You don't really
Yeah.
care if the
You
kids
don't
there or
get-
not?
You know, they think,
Yeah,
oh,
you don't
yeah,
care
they just want their money.
Why would we care about that?
Yeah.
Well, what?
Yeah. And
Jeez.
that's one of the reasons why the school district and school districts have a truancy program, do they not?
Yeah.
Because then people do they still go check, knock on the door and say, hey, how come Fernando didn't make it to school today?
The truancy program is actually run by Peoria County. Our office, the ROA.
Yeah, okay.
And so they do.
Regional
yes,
Office
if,
of
if you're a
Education.
chronic truant, you get reported to
Chronic.
the county. Yes. I mean,
But if you were sick with the flu,
no,
they're not going to check up on you.
probably not. No.
Do parents today, years ago in grade school, if I was sick, my mother still would send me. No.
Yeah, just
Would call the school and say, Roger won't be there, he's sick. Okay,
do
thanks
that.
for calling.
Yeah.
Do they still do that?
They'll do that sometimes by email or by, a text even.
By drones
They have a
or
way
something?
that you can check in and out over the phone. So
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's really pretty neat because it's harder for kids to cheat, not attend school. I remember 5 athletes at Woodruff High School, including my brother, skipped school in the afternoon one day. And guess who found them?
Your dad?
My dad, yeah.
Oh.
Found him in the Madison Theater.
well, what was he doing in the Madison
well,
Theater?
Well, what
Wow.
happened was they called my dad
Yeah. Needed money.
and said, your son Zach came to school, but he disappeared along with 4 others on the football team or the basketball team. And we don't know where they are, but thought you would want to know.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he went, I don't know how many movie houses he went to, but he was able to find them
No kidding.
and say, out.
It's amazing what you can do as a parent, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
They think that we're everywhere, guys. Don't
right,
try
right.
to get away with anything.
Somebody had a famous saying that essentially said that it was amazing how smarter my dad got as I got older.
Yeah, right. I think he's an idiot at first.
I think there's a lot of truth to that as well. Well, you've been a part of the Regional Office of Education for how many years now?
13 years.
13 years. Did you go to work there right after you retired
I
from
did.
District
I
150?
did. I went there. I sat out a semester, and then I went there for 2 years.
Where did you sit? Well, you said you sat out, and I was wondering, was it in Glen Oak Park? Was it
I don't
Bradley
know.
Park?
I was just
or
trying
at
to
home?
regain my senses
Okay.
after 35 years of
Years, yeah. Did you get combat pay at any time?
No, I didn't need it.
I've heard so many horror stories about, right here in Peoria, about how some kids talk to teachers and principals.
Oh, that's
and
true.
everything.
Yeah,
That's
I had
still
one
going.
call me everything. going down the hall one time.
Would you write a list?
I'd have to write it, and I don't know how to spell some of the words.
Yeah. Well, do it phonetically.
The look on the faces of the kids as we were going down the hall, and I let the kid. He walked right behind me. I wasn't gonna grab him and pull him. He walking down the hall. He's cussing me out, calling me every name in the book. And one day, I just got caught in the middle of it, and I walked him in the dean. But the kids going the other way and around that saw him doing that to me, they were upset.
Oh,
They
Well,
were
they're-
very upset about that. I had more than 5 of them come to me and say, "Are you okay, Mr. Meisinger? He was really rude to you." Everything's fine. It doesn't just
When
rolls
did,
off your back.
When did you notice the language change? I ran into a gal one time, and I can't remember what department she worked for. Maybe your department, this regional deal. And she went to schools and was teaching teachers the lingo. I'm like, what do you mean? She said, well, like I'm fitting a dit.
Yep.
And, yeah. And when did all that start? Because there's a different language there now. There really
Yeah,
is.
well, and that changes constantly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, I don't think there was a different one when I was in school.
No.
Well, maybe not because you were that age.
Oh.
Well,
You
that's
know?
a good
So
point.
Ruby,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Far out.
Yeah. But with the
Well,
example, you,
Yeah, but you're
But
talking.
That's a little different
Yeah,
than
yeah, I know what you're
the
saying.
vernacular that they're using.
That's
The
a big
words
word.
that I know. I don't know what it
yeah.
means.
The example of the anecdote you just gave illustrates what is the truism in our school system today. 90% of the kids are good.
Oh, I
And
can give
yeah.
you more than
Wonderful.
that.
Absolutely.
And
But
that's
still.
probably a little low. And all it takes is 1%, 2% to make things look bad for our young people. But I think most people recognize there's bad apples. I remember, I don't know
I was a
if you ever
1%er.
worked in a grocery store, but as a kid, I used to sack potatoes. You get this big burlap bag of potatoes, and you would put them in a sack for
Potato
consumers to
sacker.
purchase.
You're
Yeah,
a
it's
potato
exactly right.
Potato sacker?
Yeah, and you know what? The worst thing about doing that, it was good money, and for a young kid. But you know what? The worst part of it was reaching down at the bottom because there were rotten potatoes at the
They were all
bottom, and that's the
mushy
way.
and-
That, and I don't want to call kids who screw up rotten.
No, I know
but
what you mean.
it was like a bad potato.
Sure.
And that's what we have today. Here we've got a story about 5 teens hijacked cars.
Oh, yeah.
And
Wow.
14 and 15 years of age when they should be sacking potatoes.
Yep.
That's true. That's true.
that's,
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about the news, let's get
Oh,
into the
what a
news
great
as we
segue,
do.
Roger.
And
Fit to
sports,
do it.
Bradley had a big win, so we'll talk about that. And let's start with a check of the weather brought to you by Certified Public Accountant and Tax Specialist. We're talking about Matt Wall. He's with Gordon Stockman Wall. This guy, he knows finances. He's been around helping people with their financial issues and problems for over 40 years. You can reach Matt Wall, CPA, at 309-692-4030. That's 692-4030.
Partly sunny, Roger, and cold today. I don't consider cold. It's high 26. I don't consider
No,
that cold
that's
anymore.
actually kinda nice.
That's where we're getting used to it. Huh? That's where we're
You're
really-
getting used to it, not me.
Mostly cloudy, windy tonight with rising temperatures. Overnight low near 28. Tomorrow mostly cloudy, warmer, high 42. Tomorrow night, rain. Cloudy and very windy. Gusts up to 33 miles per hour. Low about 41. Wednesday cloudy and windy, high 31. Thursday 30% chance for snow. Oh, jeez. High 28. Cold rose in.
I can tell that's the first time you've read that.
Yeah, that wasn't a cold read. If that wasn't a cold read, I don't know.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah.
Low 14 degrees.
Do you think that rain is going to get rid of all the white stuff?
No.
You don't think so?
A lot of it.
A lot of it, but
There
not all
wasn't
of
a
it.
lot out. I had to drive down to Springfield area Saturday. I didn't see anything. There was nothing on the
No, you're
highways.
right, yeah.
It was all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Sunday
highways
we-
are nice and clear.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very
Well,
good.
we did the same on Sunday. Went to Girard, Illinois, and
Oh, yeah.
you're right. No
nothing-
evidence of snow anywhere
Yeah, I was kind of
in that
surprised.
part. Yeah, I was too.
Well, it's December 8th, and it's 8 degrees.
True.
All right, now let's get into the news brought to you by your hometown community banks, division of Morton Community Bank. A number of friendly, convenient hometown locations throughout central Illinois, providing a great variety of financial services. Look for the Clock Tower, and you'll know they have time for you. Member FDIC. Let's start with the news, and Terry.
Another big business has moved from high-tax Illinois to Florida. Chicago billionaire Ken Griffin, owner of the financial firm Citadel, one of the largest hedge funds in the world, started the move to Miami in 2022. He completed the removal of all his Illinois assets last week with the sale of his condo on Michigan Avenue for $12.5 million. The full-floor penthouse was described as the crown jewel of Park Tower. Griffin said 23 bullet holes in the building drove him to leave the Windy City, where leaders continue to oppose federal protection for residents. That'll do it, yeah.
I wouldn't wait for 23.
Yeah, 124, 25.
Democrats are still angry over the way United States military forces are striking Venezuelan drug runners in the Caribbean. Some want Secretary of War Pete Hegseth fired, if not impeached, for the action which has resulted in the sinking of numerous boats loaded with deadly drugs headed for the USA. 85 of the narco-terrorists have been killed. Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth is among the critics, claiming 2 survivors of a recent attack should have been rescued, like the 12 family members who died when President Obama in 2023 bombed a wedding party in Yemen. Oh, wait, I guess that happened before. No one cares about that anymore.
That's true.
In other world news, the Russians have done it again. Shortly after meeting with U.S. negotiators seeking an end of the war against Ukraine, President Putin ordered strikes at 4 areas of Ukraine with numerous deaths and injuries. Trump remains optimistic he can find a way to end the costly war.
Hey, speaking of war, yesterday marked the 84th anniversary of Japan's sneak attack on U.S. naval base Pearl Harbor. Do you remember where you were on that day?
Yeah, I do.
More than 2,400 Americans were killed with the sinking of numerous naval ships and destruction.
Yesterday, December 7th,
Planes and military
1941,
equipment. President FDR delivered his
a date
famous...
which will live in infamy.
That's the one.
Yep.
The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
That was quite a speech by the President of the United States, and we remember that. I want to anecdotally say that the late Cherry, former police chief daughters of Creve Coeur, every December 7th had a program in Creve Coeur at the War Memorial, and unfortunately they dropped that wonderful ceremony, and we just don't remember anything about it, and no events. And I don't even think very many news media had much to say about it yesterday or today.
You know what? I didn't hear about it.
I didn't hear about anything.
And it's a shame,
Yeah.
because that launched us into World War II with the
It did.
Japanese.
Yep.
In other news,
In local news, Peoria police report the arrest of 53-year-old Lonnie Pano after a large birthday party Friday night on the city's south side left 2 men wounded by gunshots. Pano is charged with doing the shooting that took place in the 1700 block of West Lincoln. After the shooting, Pano left, but was apprehended at Gilbert and Mission Road in Hamilton Park. He was taken to a local hospital for treatment of a gunshot wound to the foot. His alleged victims included a 21-year-old man shot in the abdomen and a 60-year-old male shot in the leg.
Well, not to be outdone by a 53-year-old man, some teens got into the crime spree in Peoria Saturday morning. They stole a pickup truck that had a plow on it, and then they hijacked another vehicle near Pioneer Park with the driver as kind of a hostage. They pulled a gun, they jumped in the car and sat on this guy's lap.
Oh, my.
Yes, they
that
did.
shows you how little these kids are.
Yeah.
Well, they
and it-
couldn't reach the pedals.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I want to steal this car, sir. So can I sit in your lap? I'll drive.
I'll
You
drive.
you put
Yeah,
your
I'll
foot on
steer.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the Ralphs. The Ralph family.
Yes.
Was it? That's who I heard it was.
Well,
Oh, really?
A Notre Dame kid. Yeah, yeah. In the beginning, 5 teens were involved in the auto theft. In the end, 3 ages. Wait a minute now.
Yeah.
Oh, in the end, there was 3 of them. Their
Yeah.
ages were.
Yes.
I'll reread this
That's
for the next
okay.
hour.
Yeah.
They were 14.
You know, it would help help if you got here a little earlier.
Well, then I'd have to wake up earlier.
But,
14
I would have been, but I didn't want to.
yeah, I was gonna, but
Yeah.
just didn't feel
What's
like
that
it.
old story about the woman said you got up and go to school? I'm not going to school. Yes, you have to go to school this morning. No, I don't. The teachers don't like me. The kids don't like me. But you have to go. Why do I have to go? Because you're the principal.
This is true. I've heard that speech from my wife a few times.
Oh, I guess they took this car. They were going down 74 the wrong way.
Yes.
Hit speeds of about 100 miles an hour.
Did they really?
Yes, it was a horrible thing. But anyway, they caught him. They found the cars over at Lexington Hills Apartments Complex.
Yes, isn't that where most of
Imagine
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They caught the 3 kids, and it said that they were. The paper said it really funny, or one newscast I read, they were allowed in to the juvenile detention center. So they allowed these 3.
That's
Yeah.
because they don't let anybody in on the weekend.
Yeah, that's
Oh, really?
Yes, if you go in there on Friday night, you're there till Monday morning.
Oh, really?
If you're an adult, you can get out, but
A cashless
if you're
bail.
in
Yeah.
juvie, they have
Oh.
to stay the weekend if they're there because
Well, I'm
they just
surprised
lock
they had
in.
to. I'm surprised they had to go anywhere. I'm surprised they weren't just released to their parents.
well, they're very often or a guardian
Yeah.
or whatever. I think Peoria Police Department had to build a substation at Lexington Hills. They have shootings and muggings and all kinds of things.
So rough
Just a
over
little reminder about what subsidized housing, affordable housing, can do to a
That's in
community.
Central Peoria, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't
Don't go there.
Don't go there, really. These kids in the newsrooms, they don't know north from south.
On the brighter side,
Oh, there's a bright
Yes, there is a
Right
bright side.
Well, hallelujah.
Amen and
Where
brother.
are we?
this is the holiday season, as evident by the celebrations at the Riverfront Museum with Christmas in the Village Friday and Saturday, and the lighting of the Christmas tree in downtown Tremont Saturday evening. That gives us a chance to invite everyone to our annual Christmas
Hey.
with Roger and Friends program at the First Baptist Church in Deer Creek, 2 o'clock this Saturday afternoon. There'll be Christmas readings by some of our talented friends, sing-along and songs by Kathy Reynolds, plus the piano wizardry of Pastor Steve Evans and humor by Eddie Parker. Please join us.
Sounds like a good
Yeah,
time.
it sounds like we're all going to be caroling and singing and having a good time.
I didn't know Carol was going to be there.
Yes, Carol will be there.
Oh, you did there, Roger. That was good.
Yeah.
You and Johnny Mathis very much alike.
I saw a picture over the weekend of Johnny, and
Not quite the old Johnny Mathis.
not
He's
the
old
you know,
Johnny Mathis.
you know,
Looking well.
getting older does not do anybody any favors other than it beats the alternative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder
But not by a whole lot.
I look in the mirror in the morning and say, "Hey, Dad, how you doing?"
You know, interesting. Jonathan Winters said that he was so bothered by how he looked in his older age, he took all the mirrors down in his house.
Really?
I don't know whether he did or he just.
It's not really
a great story.
I don't really
I don't
care. I don't.
My hair
I've never
color
been that
changed.
much. I've never been that vain. No, I don't. Who cares? You know, it is what it is.
Don't
That's
you
right,
wish so you had more hair?
No, except this time of year because it's warmer. This is cold.
Did you have treatment to have all your hair? Because you look,
No,
John
I
has some
didn't.
side, and
the
I have
toilet
some
seat
hair.
Look, yes.
The toilet seat.
Yeah,
I've never
I've never heard that.
That's a new
I go
one.
in and ask for it every.
Yeah,
I say, "Give me
yeah.
the toilet seat."
Toilet head. I've never heard that.
That I've never heard that before. Yeah.
See what you learn on this show.
Wow.
Yeah, pardon the expression, the bottom line
Yeah,
is don't sit on his head.
That's
I've
reserved.
never heard that expression.
I haven't
No,
either.
it doesn't bother me. I don't have to pay for haircuts. I think in my lifetime I've spent maybe,
Did you though shave? You
20,
don't,
30
you,
bucks
you
for
don't
a
have a
haircut.
speck of hair at all.
well, I have a little.
You
bit
you
now and
look
then.
like an unfinished bowling ball.
Yeah,
You-
well,
you-
there's no holes in it
Yeah,
yet.
but
That's
No.
all.
I'm Harvard.
Yeah.
You
Spit it out, Roger.
I've never seen anybody with a single
Did
hair.
you wind him up this morning?
Yes, yeah.
No, I didn't.
No, the key was gone when we left last week.
Hey, it is what it is. Okay.
Well,
But
you've never
you
seen
don't
a
have.
bald guy before?
Well, he's bald. I'm bald. At least we have
well,
some hair.
no, you've got
but you don't have
fringe.
anything up there.
No, I don't have the.
Pardon the expression.
No sprouts.
You don't have anything
No,
up there. Has it been that way for how long?
No, 10 years maybe ish.
Okay. Did it just
Something like that.
disappear overnight? I mean, what,
Well, it
what
took a
happened
while.
to you?
I used to have. I was in the Afro Club at Central
At
High
Central,
School.
yeah.
I had the best afro in school. My hair was very, very curly and fluffy, and yeah. And
Well, what happened?
I don't know. It just decided to.
I mean, you
I don't
admit,
know.
have you ever seen anyone like him? Terry?
Eddie
That depends
Parker.
on what you're looking at.
Eddie Parker, okay.
And,
Yeah, Eddie
and my-
doesn't have
yeah,
much
and,
of a
and
difference,
my
though.
nephew
Yeah.
gets that look when he's, yeah, because he shaves his whole head now. Because
I
he was
don't. I
starting to
don't.
get
I
that.
don't
don't
know
have
about-
that. What was that impetigo or what's?
And-
Impetigo.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
there's a
No.
disease where you don't.
Alopecia.
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 Gesundheit.
Aloysius. That was
Yeah.
right.
Alopecia. See, John, what the Lord is doing to us, He's giving us false hope.
Yeah, that's
Because
You think
I
you could grow
started
hair.
getting
You think you
hair
can.
growing on the top of my head, and I said, "Hey, maybe it's making a
maybe.
comeback."
Yeah, no.
Do you have the same? Because you're pretty bone dry up there.
Yeah,
But
it's,
you don't have any hairs that.
I have little hairs, and it amazes me because when I go to the barber, she snips those.
See,
up.
I don't go to the
She
barber.
doesn't
I don't
do
do
the
that.
shaving
I don't
thing.
have
I
to-
think.
And what's that cost now to go
Oh,
to the
way
barber?
too much.
Yeah.
Like $50 or something?
No, no, no.
No.
Cost me like $20.
Sport clips,
still
I think,
20.
charge you $20.
Yeah, but that's
Give
a
you-
finder's fee.
What?
Yeah. You know what really bothers me is that as we get older, we lose our hair on top of our heads, but the hair grows in our ears and in our nose and our eyebrows. Yes.
Maybe in yours.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, and everywhere else you don't wear.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly right. Under your arms, in your arms, whatever. There's something biologically wrong. It might have been the result of radiation.
I don't know.
You know,
what
they say baldness, what do they call it, male pattern
Male
baldness,
pattern
is from the female side of
That's
your family.
correct. I guess it's correct because my mom had very little hair. Dad had good head of hair long into his years, but and I don't know how factually that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
We'll
know how
talk
that
to
works.
Dr. Sidler
I don't know.
when we get a
Genetics
sports and
confuses
bald
me.
head report.
Yeah, my father had this hairstyle. My grandfather
did,
had this
yeah.
hairstyle. His grandfather.
Oh,
I mean, it went all
how
the way.
about your
on the
mother,
You know
grandmothers?
what? That's the thing I don't know because I don't know who my
You don't know who your mother is?
maternal. Well, it's been a long time since I've seen her, but I do remember her.
Okay.
I don't know my maternal grandfather. Does that make
Okay,
sense?
yeah.
So,
How come?
well, he split.
Oh, he took
Okay.
off. Oh,
You got kind of
sorry.
personal.
That's
there.
okay.
No, no, I didn't want to
That's
mention
okay.
that. Oh, God, just ruined his morning.
Yeah, you brought tears to his eyes.
Kleenex.
You know, let's see if we have some news from WCBU.
From the WCBU newsroom, I'm Eric Stock. The city of Peoria is looking to grant up to $300,000 to Phoenix Community Development Services to cover a funding gap for operation of the New Hope Apartments. The move comes after recent arson fires inside the building left its fire alarm system inoperable. Phoenix has been operating the supportive housing residents at a deficit. Catholic Diocese of Peoria Bishop Louis Tilka is bringing back an advisory board for the Archbishop Fulton Sheen Foundation. The board has been inactive since the bid for Sheen's sainthood was put on hold in 2019. The 14-member Sheen Foundation Advisory Board includes scholars of Sheen's life, medical, media, and business professionals, alumni from Sheen's High School, and 2 members of the Sheen family. The foundation aims to raise awareness of Sheen's writings and teachings and advance his cause for canonization. Researchers have ranked Illinois state lawmakers by how effective they are at passing legislation, and while Democrats unsurprisingly rank the highest, a few downstate Republicans were near the top of the list, like State Senator Sue Resin of Morris.
I will do what's best for my district, and I have a reputation for fighting for everybody in my district, regardless of what party they're from. My job is to make their life better and easier.
Last year, Resin carried a measure to lift a nearly 40-year ban on building nuclear reactors in Illinois. Peoria area legislators who ranked highly in the study were Democratic State Senator Dave Kaler and former Republican State Senator Tom Bennett. And Governor J.B. Pritzker signed a measure allowing the state to develop its own vaccine guidelines independent of the federal government. State officials say vaccine information from the CDC has become politicized and unreliable. Dr. Samir Vora directs the Illinois Department of Public Health.
We are ensuring that our residents can continue to rely on guidance that is clear, evidence-based, and trustworthy.
The measure requires state-regulated insurance plans to cover vaccinations regardless of federal guidance. I'm Eric Stock.
All right, boys and girls, time for sports. And Monday Morning Sports Director John Meisinger has all the latest scores. Go Bradley Braves and Green Bay Packers.
Yes, both.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll talk about both of those. And thank you for making me directors. Does that change my pay?
Yes, it certainly does.
I get double?
You got it.
Perfect. All right. Let me see if I can find somebody to do the sports if I'm directing. Well, the Bradley Braves men's basketball team defeated Northern Illinois 84-55. I'd say that's a defeat at Carver Arena. The Braves have now won the past 3 games as well as the last 3 games inside Carver Arena. The Braves had 13-point lead going into halftime. Bradley held Northern Illinois to 26.47% from the floor in the first half. The Huskies were not able to score in the first 5 minutes of the second half thanks to Bradley's tenacious defense. The Braves have finals this week, and so they'll be off. So after 8 days, they'll host North Central College in Renaissance Coliseum. The game will tip off at 1 p.m. Sunday, December 14th, and that's going to be fun because it's at Renaissance.
Yes, that will be neat. You know, there were rumors that the past president, the female president, you may recall, was planning to have Bradley basketball come back to the campus at the Renaissance Center. And fortunately, she's not around anymore, and those considerations are no longer on the table.
Well, that's good.
Had you heard that story?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have, as a matter of fact. Well, speaking of a Renaissance, Bradley women's basketball crushed Chicago State Cougars 85-57. Not much different than the men with a pretty close score. On Sunday to begin their 3-game homestand, the Braves are currently 5-4 on the season and are 4-0 at home. Bradley continues their homestand Wednesday at 11 a.m. in Bradley's annual field trip day against the University of South Dakota. It will be loud at the Renaissance with all those kids there. So go early, buy your hot dogs at 10 o'clock instead of after the game.
But they don't take cash, do they?
No.
You know, with all the kids there, wouldn't you think that they...
You don't take cash at Renaissance either?
Oh, at Renaissance. Oh, okay. Yeah, they do, but at the Civic Center they don't.
Yeah, they don't at the Civic Center,
Yeah.
no. And other college basketball and men's basketball, Illinois beat Tennessee 75-62. Iowa State beat number 1 Purdue.
I watched some of that.
85-53.
They killed Purdue.
81-53.
And it was at Purdue.
At Purdue, boy, that's the number 1 team.
It was.
It was. Iowa 83, Maryland 64. Murray State beat Bellarmine. That's what didn't they play Bradley already? 81-68. ISU beat Chicago State 95-53. Valpo over Calumet College 98-58. I didn't know Calumet had a college.
Yeah,
Did
that's
you?
a barber shop.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, that's good. Calumet or Cut My Hair College. Wichita State 74, UNI 69. Don't you wish Wichita State was still in the
No.
valley?
No, I don't, because they usually beat Bradley.
Yeah, well,
They were always, the Shockers were always very, very good.
Shockers.
Yeah.
That's right. In the NFL, Week 14 yesterday, Sean Nixon intercepted Caleb Williams' pass in the end zone with 22 seconds remaining to preserve Green Bay's 28-21 victory over the Chicago Bears on Sunday. That moved the Packers into first place in the NFC North. Josh Jacobs scored the tie-breaking touchdown on a 2-yard run with 3:32 remaining as the Packers, who are now 9-3-1, won their 4th straight and snapped a 5-game winning streak by the Bears, who are now 9-4. Bears host Cleveland while the Packers visit Denver next Saturday. Bears have
Ooh, that
a
will be
easier
a,
game than the Packers
yeah,
do.
Denver is playing quite well, and you would be tied again at the top of the league, perhaps, because the Bears should beat Cleveland, and there's a chance that Denver will beat Green Bay.
There's a chance anyway.
Yes, you're right.
Always a
Yep,
chance.
you're right.
Because you just
still got to play
never
the
know.
game.
That's
don't you?
correct. In other games yesterday, the Vikings, which I thought were just kind of a pushover team, 31-0 over the Commanders.
Yeah,
31-0.
that was
Wow.
an amazing turnaround.
And I didn't see that game, but wow. The Broncos beat the Raiders 24-17. The Texans over the Chiefs 20-10. Oh man, Ed Hammond. We're gonna have to go.
He's on suicide watch right now.
The Bills beat the Bengals 39-34, and the Jaguars over the Colts yesterday 36-19. Colts lost their quarterback. Went down. He just got back from a left leg injury, and he went down with a right leg injury. And I think they only had one quarterback with them besides him. So can you imagine if that person got hurt? But in bad,
They'd have to
anyway,
get somebody
they
from their
lost.
taxi squad.
It could be.
Hey, taxi!
Calling the high school quarterback from Indianapolis. Tonight, the Eagles and the Chargers on Monday Night Football at 7:15 on ABC. NCAA football over the weekend. Some real cool games on a magical night 50 miles from their home stadium. The Indiana Hoosiers reached the top, outlasting Ohio State 13-10 in a Big Ten championship game that matched the nation's top two teams, both undefeated. Indiana beat number one to become number one, and the Hoosiers won their first Big Ten championship since 1967 and their first outright title since 1945. They beat Ohio State for the first time since 1988, ending a 32-game losing streak to Ohio State. And quarterback Fernando Mendoza, I think he's Irish, likely clinched the school's first Heisman Trophy with several heroic throws, rallying his team from a 10-3 deficit. Their coach at Indiana is a guy named Curt Cignetti, and I coached with, it could be his, I don't know whether it's his uncle or his brother, Dave Cignetti at Manual when he was.
Oh, you're
and then
kidding,
He went
is
to
that right?
Illinois State University from Manual and then ended up working at CAT. But yeah, that's a relative of his. Are from the same hometown.
Did you watch any of the game?
No,
between
I didn't
Indiana?
know.
Well, the game ended, and I was thrilled to death. They interviewed Mendoza, and the first things out of his mouth was, "Praise the Lord Jesus Christ." Then they interviewed one of the receivers for Indiana. First thing out of his mouth was, "Praise the Lord Jesus Christ."
Wow.
You know, isn't it wonderful to hear college kids thinking about the Lord,
That
thinking
is.
about
And
their
understanding
love.
where some of their talent came from.
Yes.
In fact, all of it, actually. Illinois State University stunned North Dakota State in the second round of the FGCS playoffs, 29-28 on Saturday, they say,
Wow.
which is one of the biggest upsets in college football this year.
Good
The
for them.
Bisons were 12-0 on the season and picked number one in the nation. The Bison entered the matchup as a 23.5-point favorite.
And where did they play the game? Do you know?
North Dakota.
At?
Yes,
North
as
Dakota.
surprising as the final score was, the Illinois State dominated the game, outgaining the Bison, get this, 422 yards to 179.
Holy cow.
Unbelievable. And you know who plays at ISU now is Seth Glatz, the Morton star from a few years ago.
I think
he's at Illinois
you're
State.
a relative.
Well, he's related to my
Son-in-law.
son-in-law. That's correct. Yes.
He'd be his nephew.
he's
Well,
Bea's
why do you
nephew,
know
that's
so
correct.
much about this family?
Because I used to work with Sean. His
Really?
son-in-law.
My son-in-law.
That's why I'm here.
That's right. That's right. That was that connection.
I, was-
Okay.
So give him the
I
point.
was wondering why you've been here now for 10 years.
Yeah, what the heck?
And now I know.
Well, it's good that you know these things.
Thank you for coming in this morning.
Yeah. What's your name again?
Hey, you.
Glatz, Terry Glatz.
Well, the Illinois football team has accepted an invitation to play in the Liberty Mutual Music City Bowl in Nashville, Tennessee. It was announced on Sunday. Illinois will play Tennessee at Nissan Stadium on Tuesday, December 30th at 4:30 p.m. Central Time on ESPN. That'll be a fun game to watch. Notre Dame was left out of the bowl selections this
I
year.
know they're not happy about it, and they said as a result of that, we're not going to play, period.
Actually, they weren't necessarily left out, but they said they were not going to.
Yeah, I thought they got something, but they said, no, we're not going.
That's correct. They did, but I misspoke on that because they got left out of the playoffs.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yes,
yeah.
that's
They got
what it
left out
was.
of the playoffs,
but
and
they got
said,
offered-
Guess what? Forget you guys. You know, you're
Which
letting-
bowl were they offered? They were offered
don't know.
a bowl game, and they said, no, we're not going to do it.
Yeah. We wanted to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
So,
but they're getting fined like $500,000 or something
Yeah.
too, aren't they?
that
Yes,
I'm not aware
yeah.
of. It.
Yeah, I
they're
think there's a
getting
huge
fined
fine.
by-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
'Cause somebody else did it too. There was another team I heard there was
Well,
two
they're not
teams
the only
Yeah,
ones
that
that
got
ever do
fined.
that,
Yeah.
but,
For moaning and groaning. You know, what happened to freedom of speech? I guess the NCAA, they have a different
well, they're
constitution.
owned by ESPN. That's why.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Well,
didn't know
not
Well,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
not
okay.
officially.
No, I see what you
in
mean.
other
yeah.
words, money played a part of the decision.
That's
Yep.
correct. Because Alabama and Miami are in there, and they're not
Yeah,
they're not the teams that they have been in the past. So
exactly.
It was the Pop-Tarts Bowl in Orlando.
the Pop-Tart
That's
Bowl.
right.
Well, no wonder they
Pop-Tart
didn't
Bowl.
want to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
The what?
The Pop-Tart
Pop-Tarts
Bowl.
Oh, I'm glad yeah, I was worried about a
The
different bowl.
Pop-Tart
Yeah.
Bowl. How many bowls are
Pop-
there?
Oh, there's
70 some.
Is
there
it's-
70?
More than that.
Yeah.
used to be
Really?
like 4, and
It's
now they're just,
unbelievable.
Like, exploded.
That's a good
Oh.
question to ask.
I printed them all out last year, and I think
Yes,
it was
you
5
did.
pages.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, well,
kidding.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And some of the bowl games, when you watch them, there's hardly anybody in the stands. But
Yeah, nobody cares,
they're
yeah.
making money by being on TV.
Sure.
The macaroni and cheese bowl.
Yes.
One of my favorites.
It used to just
Yeah.
be the Rose Bowl and a couple others, right?
Sugar
Rose
Bowl,
Bowl,
Sugar
Cotton
Bowl.
Bowl,
Cotton Bowl.
Orange
and-
Bowl.
Yeah.
the
Orange.
what?
Wasn't there an Orange Bowl?
The Orange Bowl, correct.
Cotton Bowl.
Mount
And
Holly,
that-
Mount
that-
Holly Bowl.
Yeah, and Town and
Town
Country.
and Country Bowl. Yeah.
No, that's different. No,
It's not the same.
Morton
Peoria Auto
Bowl.
Parts Bowling?
Yeah, Peoria Auto Parts, Lauder Bowl, and then, of course, the Toilet Bowl.
Ah, that's where I am most of the time. I got that haircut underneath there.
That's the bottom line on that story.
Well, I'll finish up. Oh, very good. Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
I'll finish with the Rivermen.
Yes,
Peoria
please do.
goaltender Jack Bostad made 21 saves on 21 Fayetteville shots on Saturday as the Rivermen 10-6-0 defeated the Marksmen at Crown Coliseum 2-0 in their second meeting of the weekend. But guess what? The Rivs
Yes.
in deja vu role reversal. The Rivermen fell to the Fayetteville Marksmen by a score of 2-0 at Crown Museum yesterday. So it was a kind of an even trade. Rivs play at home on December 12th at 7:15 against the Knoxville Ice Bears. And Roger, I'll call that sports for this hour.
Yeah, and a little reminder, this radio station supports the Peoria Rivermen, and there's a reason I say that. They are our hockey team,
That's correct.
and go Peoria Rivermen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As
And there
always.
you have. You know,
Were we
I'm-
accused of supporting someone else?
no, there's another radio station that's promoting the
Bloomington team.
Bloomington team.
What?
Yeah.
A local radio
Yeah,
station?
yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it is brilliant. At any rate, I didn't realize that the Regional Office of Education has a team jacket. I
We do.
I
We have
like
team
it.
jackets.
Look at, I don't know.
have team shirts.
Can we see it? Yeah, it says
Row?
Regional Office,
Row.
ROE,
Row 48.
and your age, 48.
Oh, that's true.
Peoria County Regional
Yeah, what's
Office of
48
Edu-
mean?
That's the number.
District.
Well, I know it's a number, but
No, the number.
well, it's a number.
We're number 48 of so many that are in the state.
Yeah,
of
does it
Illinois.
bother you
Oh,
that
It
wow.
used to be by
you're-
county.
Yes, is it
Okay.
still by county or
No,
by
because
districts?
Knox County and Fulton County and those counties are all. There's 3 of them over there. We're
Oh, I
just
see.
Peoria County because of the large population that we have. in
Well,
this
sure.
area.
Does it bother you to be so far down the
I
line
really-
on 48?
sometimes
Wouldn't you like to
I
be in
can't
the
get to
top
sleep
10?
at night.
Most people want to
Like
be in the top.
Yeah.
10, well, then the expectations are greater.
Okay.
And you know me, I don't go for expectations.
You're almost in the middle.
Or somewhere
halfway,
there. Yeah,
yeah.
probably.
Okay. Well, sports has taken us up to the noon hour, so
Pretty much. Yeah, it's all my fault. I started at 6:31.
yeah. So let's try to bring us up to date to the news and the stories we are following this morning, as we do each and every morning. Christmas, make your memories movie magic at Plays Media Group, now offering holiday photo sessions with fun digital backdrops from cozy fireplaces to snowy wonderlands. You can choose from affordable packages that fit every family's budget and even add a short video clip perfect for your holiday social media platform. You can get more details about this exciting offer from our friends at Plays Media at 309-306 2152. Now the news with Terry.
Another big business has moved from high-tax Illinois to Florida. Chicago billionaire Ken Griffin, owner of the financial firm Citadel, one of the largest hedge funds in the world, started the move to Miami in 2022. He completed the removal of all his Illinois assets last week with the sale of his condo on Michigan Avenue for $12.5 million. Griffin said 23 bullet holes in the building drove him to leave the Windy City, where leaders continue to oppose federal protection for residents. Democrats are still angry over the way United States military forces are striking Venezuela drug runners in the Caribbean. Some want Secretary of War Pete Hegseth fired, if not impeached, for their action, which has resulted in the sinking of numerous boats loaded with deadly drugs headed for the United States. 85 of the narco-terrorists have been killed. Just think if we get sharks and whales.
They're freaked out.
They'll
be walking out of the water.
Yep. In other world news, the Russians have struck again. Shortly after meeting with U.S. negotiators seeking an end of the war against Ukraine, President Putin ordered strikes at 4 areas of Ukraine with numerous deaths and injuries. Trump remains optimistic he can find a way to end the costly war. And speaking of war, yesterday marked the 84th anniversary of Japan's sneak attack on the U.S. naval base in Pearl Harbor. More than 2,400 Americans were killed with the sinking of numerous naval ships and destruction of planes and other military equipment. President Franklin D. Roosevelt delivered his famous Day of Infamy speech before Congress the next day, declaring war against the Japanese. In local news, Peoria police report the arrest of 53-year-old Lonnie Pano after a large birthday party Friday night on the city's south side left 2 men wounded by gunshots. Pano was charged with doing the shooting that took place in the 1700 block of West Lincoln. After the shooting, Pano left, but was apprehended at Gilbert and Mission Road in Hamilton Park. He was taken to a local hospital for treatment of a gunshot wound to the foot. His alleged victims included a 21-year-old man shot in the abdomen and a 60-year-old man shot in the leg. Not to be outdone by a 53-year-old man, some teens got into the crime spree in Peoria Saturday morning, stealing a pickup truck and then hijacking another vehicle near Pioneer Park, with the driver as a kind of hostage. In the beginning, 5 teens were involved in the auto thefts. In the end, 3, ages 14 and 15, were arrested, but only after they led police on a wild chase on I-74, routes 150 and 6, and Sterling Avenue. One of the arrested was named in gun charges. That hijacked vehicle was found in the Lexington Hills apartment complex.
Doesn't it seem kind of odd, unusual, maybe even bizarre, that one of the teens, 14 or 15, has been charged with kidnapping? I mean, and we're not talking about a child kidnapping an adult.
Yes,
when you got a gun pointed at their head
Well,
or whatever, yeah, I would
that-
imagine that could be kidnapping.
the gun
You-
kind of does overrule
Do
things.
you remember the device they were promoting to prevent hijackings?
A gun?
No, with the club.
Oh, the club, yeah.
Yeah, do you remember the club?
Yeah.
Hard to drive.
Well, yeah, from stealing a car, they would.
Yeah,
they would
that was stealing a car. That wasn't hijacking.
Well, what's the difference? At any rate, the point that Royce made was that it worked quite well, the club did, until he ran into the gun.
Yes, the gun trumps the glove.
Yeah. And are you done with the?
Well, no, I've got one last thing. That's to
okay.
invite everybody to our
Yes, by all means.
Christmas with Roger and Friends program at the First Baptist Church in Deer Creek at 2 o'clock this Saturday afternoon. There'll be readings by some of the radio staff. We'll have a sing-along and songs with Kathy Reynolds, plus the piano wizardry of Pastor Steve Evans, and humor with Eddie Parker. Please join us.
You bet. And now Kyle Varnold, who will be there with a special reading, by the way. I think he may be singing.
He's going to
as
sing.
well. Is he going to sing?
I heard he was going to sing.
And that in itself should draw people to
Is
see.
he going to sing
this
Cold
one.
Fronts We Have Heard on High?
Yes, that's song number 3. And he's going to close with "I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm."
That's actually pretty good.
It is
Very good. It's not
Kyle,
a Christmas song, but that's okay.
yeah. Well, it's a winter song,
It's
isn't it?
definitely
Yeah.
a winter song.
Kyle, eager to serve you with free reviews of your insurance plans for auto, homeowners, health, and life coverages. And by the enrollment ended of all times on December 7th, yesterday. At any rate, there's no obligation for this free service Kyle makes available, and you can reach him today, as we will, a little later on at 309-682-0519.
Sunny and cold today, Roger. Cloudy, warmer tomorrow, Wednesday. Cloudy and windy. 26 for a high today. 28 tonight. 42 tomorrow. 41 tomorrow night. 31 on Wednesday with a slight chance of snow. Right now, it's about 8 on the 8th.
About 8.
About
8.
About
yeah.
8.
Yeah, you bet. We have someone on the line. I'm not sure who. Our official screener has quit. So, good morning.
Morning,
It's Eddie Parker, who will be there Saturday afternoon with his usual
Does a great
wonderful
job.
humor. He certainly does. Good morning, Eddie.
You know what? I love making you Caucasians crack up.
Well, we kind of
It's
know
nice.
as crackers.
It's nice. Now, you know, my open line is, you ever feel like a black-eyed pea in a pot of rice?
Did he call us crackers? Did he?
No, that was right.
No, I did not. I would never say anything like that. I would give you the dignity of calling you a Ritz.
That's a little nice.
Hey,
Gives us a little color anyway, right?
I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't. Right. It's a saltine.
Yeah. Well, when you said that, I ducked.
Right. No, you guys know. You know what? That's bait humor. You guys already know that. That's bait humor based off of racial epithets or stereotypes
It's
or
easy
whatever.
for you
But
to
you know,
say.
I'm not upset about a stereotype, because if you don't know what type of stereo you got, you don't know what you're paying for.
This is true.
You're
This is true.
spot on with that one.
Hey, Eddie, we were talking earlier about some of that there's a teacher or whatever, or I don't know, but about learning the language.
Oh,
The lingo.
the vernacular.
The vernacular. Yeah, and I know we were talking about the fitting to do it. That was,
to do it.
but that's been around for a while. What is there any new ones out there that we haven't heard of, or that they're just starting with now?
So wait, what was the one that you guys were just referring to?
Fitting to do it.
Oh, fitting to do it. Yeah. See, we got in trouble for saying things like that, like saying finna or fin to, or you were about to or you weren't. It wasn't no finna. If you finna, you finna.
Finna.
You finna get a butt whooping. That's what finna happen. Yeah, my
talking
parents
like
didn't
that.
play that. It's a ton of them now. They got that crazy thing they doing 6, 7. all that.
6,
There's so
7.
many-
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's so many crazy slangs that these kids say, and it's weird because the term that they use now, the term of endearment, I guess, amongst the youth,
Yeah.
is bruh. They call everybody bruh. Man,
right,
bro,
bruh.
man, bro, man.
Bruh.
Bruh, yeah, bruh. Like,
Bruh.
and two girls are saying to each other, you know what I'm saying, bruh? I'll be like, how is
Really?
that possible again? Please
How's
explain to me. So,
You understand
yeah,
saying?
yeah. I don't,
What's that?
You understand saying?
so,
Oh, yes, yeah, I say.
huh?
You understand saying?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you remember on the movie Airplane? Remember on the movie Airplane when the white lady came up?
Was that June
And
Lockhart?
she said, "Can you talk jive?" And that lady was like, "I got it, brother. Don't worry about it. If on the flip side." And she was like,
It was Barbara
you know what I'm
Billingsley.
Barbara
saying?
Billingsley. That was a great
Yep,
scene.
classic.
That was a great
Classic.
scene.
Yeah, leave it to Beaver's mom.
That's
wasn't
classic.
it?
Yes, yeah.
Man.
The
Yeah.
beeve.
Classic. But see, listen, that was a time period when everybody got the joke. You get what I'm saying? Everybody got the joke.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you did something like that, then everybody and their mama gonna be upset, uptight, and ready to sue you because you're being racial or you're being whatever. I don't know what the heck they want to call it anymore.
Exactly
You gotta
right.
the freedom of speech thing that went so far out the window that I don't think it's even possible to pull it back in anymore because. This is what the problem is at the end of the day, and I don't want to be on my soapbox because I'm the type of person where I like to have fun and joke and laugh and make fun of things that probably you shouldn't make fun of. But at the end of the day, if we can laugh at ourselves, it make it that much easier to laugh at other people because we all pretty much breathe air and bleed blood, as far as I remember and seeing the last time I checked the medical records. And so people get so uptight about things because they want to make us different, but we're really a lot more connected than we want to believe, so to speak. So
Sure.
that's my take on that.
You're
I mean,
right,
people
Ron.
want to get upset.
I think
That's it. Yeah.
I think you're
I'm
spot
saying,
on.
you know what I'm saying? So
Now,
I'm
Sam,
finna get off the phone.
We've got here is failure to communicate.
I feel you.
Now, straight up, man. Word to the mother.
farm
But
out.
that's just it though.
Oh,
Like if we can't poke fun at each other. I was in Thailand. I went to Thailand, and you know I'm a kickboxer. You guys, I did the martial arts stuff. And when you use certain terminologies in foreign countries, it's different than it is here. So if you be like, "Hey, what's up?" That's kind of like ask you how are you doing or whatever. So many words are not. When you say what's up, they say the sky, my friend, because that's how the Asian culture
yeah.
treat things.
Literally.
Everybody's
Yes.
slang isn't the same.
Sure.
It's not. It's some things that you would say that would be offensive to somebody else. To us, it's like that's just normal vernacular, but that's just it. That's knowing to communicate with who you communicate with. That's as simple as that. But
Interesting you just talk about Thailand. Dr. Tanit Shea is from Thailand. He's my cardiologist. I knew his brother who came first, Sujin Shea, who has since died of pancreatic cancer. And there are times when I've said something to Dr. Shea, and early on his visit to the United States, and he would say to me, "What do you mean?"
Oh, yeah.
And I'd have to translate our vernacular so as a result, I stopped telling jokes. to him.
When you have to explain them, it's not as much fun, is it?
They're not fun.
I'd hit the punchline, and he says, and what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Explain that, Lucy.
Yeah.
it's like the guy that goes to the doctor and the doctor asks him point to where it hurts. So he points to his elbows. "Oh, doctor, it hurts so bad here." He points to his head. "Oh, it really hurts there." He points to his knee. "Oh, it's the worst." "What is it, doc? What do you think the problem is?" "I think your fingertips broke."
That's one of your clean jokes.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
That's good. Oh, come on.
I think that was a bad decision by our
You
judges.
don't,
It's like,
you don't
okay,
need to
so-
take that abuse.
You want to try another one?
The police are pulling somebody over because there's 4 or 5 officers flying out of nowhere. This lady just shot a hunk at me. I don't know what her problem was, but I just got the bird. I just got told I was number 1.
Oh.
Well,
Say hi to Tracy.
Whoa.
I don't even got my. She lucky I don't have my badge in my wallet because I'll be like, "What's your problem, lady?" But it's all. You know what? Road rage is a real thing, y'all. You gotta be
bet
careful out
it
here.
is. You're exactly right. That's why I've decorated my car with some holiday ornaments.
Yeah.
Very bright, too.
Right. There was a car at the Tremont Christmas Festival that I think it was a Mustang, and it had Christmas tree lights all over
blue?
yeah.
Blue
No, it was,
lights?
No, it was all different colors.
I think I saw that car over in
Yeah.
East Peoria.
Well, that was probably the same guy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty neat.
The whole car's
The whole
covered.
car is covered with Christmas lights.
Yeah, I don't know how they keep them lit. I don't know what's it plugged in. I mean, I know there's a battery in
Well,
your car,
they put it into a plug.
well, no, but what?
It's a long cord.
It's a
Yeah.
really
Very long
cord.
cord.
It's plugged into something. It's plugged
I saw
into
that.
something.
Yeah, it's a good question. I wonder where it's plugged into. You think there's a battery in the back seat?
Well, they run by batteries now too. Regular 9-volt or 9-volt batteries or
I guess
AA
so.
batteries.
Yeah,
You
'cause
can
it
get
did
those
look
all.
like
Well,
a
that's a
little
good
LED
point,
type
yeah.
of light or something. Yeah.
Well, I saw it. I took a picture of it. It was in Target parking lot last year, and the guy was a young guy driving. It looked like
Yeah.
a Charger or something like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Pretty neat car.
Yeah, no,
Pretty,
you're right.
pretty neat
That's-
car.
that's one of
Well,
those
anyway, I
you
just
look at
wanted to
me.
call and say looking forward to seeing you guys this weekend. Uncle Roger, if time permits, I'll try to pop in this weekend and actually bring in donuts or something one of these mornings, if time permits. I don't want you holding me to it. Eddie said he was coming, and to see how he did it, he didn't show up.
Yeah,
Everybody be waiting for breakfast.
we're still
We'll
gonna.
always wait for you, Eddie.
Yeah.
We always wait for you.
I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you beautiful Caucasians this weekend anyway. So cut it out. You'll get
All right.
a dose of your
All right, bro.
hope with the most.
We're looking forward to it. Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, bro.
All right, love you guys. Y'all have a blessed day. Be safe, everybody.
You bet. Eddie Parker, partly sunny and cold today with a high of 26 right now, 8 degrees. Pet tip of the day.
Today's pet tip is brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
Pet lovers are dedicated to their animals, all species from horses to turtles and of course cats and dogs. If you are a pet lover, learn these little-known, somewhat amazing facts about your pet. Our pooches have sat on the couches like us for a long winter, and now we need to get up and get moving. But, pardon me, you are doing it all wrong. Listen, the first thing you need to remember is your dog is not a machine that you can turn on or off. You will have to work up to long walks or hard running by gently stretching his muscles with shorter walks at gentler paces. This is good information for you, too. You should never be running with your dog so that he is panting so hard his tongue is hanging out. Stop. Give him a rest. Give him some water. If you want a harder workout, you carry heavier water bottles for him. And while I'm on the subject, look at how you're holding that leash. Some of you have such a death grip that the dog has to run with his head at an unnatural angle. Relax the leash. Let there be a nice, easy, loose U-shape to the leash. As long as your pet is within 3 feet of you, he is fine. Give him a little room and movement. Some of you seem to take the rule to have dogs on a leash to mean that the dog has to be glued to your hip. Leashes are a standard length of 36 inches for a reason, so use all of the leash. Don't wrap it around your hand and pull the dog in so close that the walk becomes more of a forced march than a walk. Your dog loves spending time with you. Make it easier for him to enjoy that time. This whisker of information has been made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting in partnership with Spot, Saving Pets One at a Time, and KSBR Studios. Produced by Joseph C. McGuire and theme music by Stuardo Glasser.
Today's pet tip has been brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all. With those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
And a pleasant good morning, everybody. It is Monday, the 8th day of December. You're having breakfast with Roger and Friends on WAZU FM 90.7 and also on YouTube. Let's get into the weather, brought to you this morning by Spoon River Home Health Services, bridging the gap in healthcare. Since 1993, Spoon River Home Health has been caring for people of all ages in their homes where recovery and healing faster and more comfortable. Learn more from the folks at Spoon River at 309-245-0723.
Partly sunny, a little chilly today, Roger. High 26, mostly cloudy, windy tonight with rising temperatures. Overnight low near 28. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, warmer, high 42. Tomorrow night, rain, cloudy, and very windy. It's going to gust up to about 30-some miles an hour, low 41. I don't know what that wind chill is. Wednesday, cloudy and windy, high 31. Thursday, 30% chance for snow, high 28. Cold rolls in on Thursday night, low of 14 above. Right now, it's 8 degrees at the Wazoo.
Advanced Medical Transport of Central Illinois bringing you the news this morning. Since 1991, the men and women of AMT have been saving lives with paramedics and emergency medical personnel. When seconds count, count on Advanced Medical Transport of Central Illinois. Now the news with Terry.
Another big business has moved from high-tax Illinois to Florida. Chicago billionaire Ken Griffin, owner of the financial firm Citadel, one of the largest hedge funds in the world, started the move to Miami in 2022. He completed the removal of all his Illinois assets last week with the sale of his condo on Michigan Avenue for $12.5 million. The full-floor penthouse was described as the crown jewel of Park Tower. Griffin said 23 bullet holes in the building drove him to leave the Windy City, where leaders continue to oppose federal protection for residents.
Democrats are still pretty angry over the way United States military forces are striking Venezuelan drug runners in the Caribbean, or do you say Caribbean?
Yes.
Some want Secretary of War Peter Hegseth fired, if not impeached, for the action, which has resulted in the sinking of numerous boats loaded with deadly drugs headed for the U.S. 85 of the narco-terrorists have been killed. Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth is among the critics, claiming 2 survivors of a recent attack should have been rescued, like the 12 family members who died when President Obama in 2023 bombed a wedding party in the Yemen. No, that never happened. Sorry. Okay.
In other world news, the Russians have done it again. Shortly after meeting with U.S. negotiators seeking an end of the war against Ukraine, President Putin ordered strikes at 4 areas of Ukraine with numerous deaths and injuries. Trump remains optimistic he can find a way to end the costly war.
Hey, speaking of war, yesterday marked the 84th anniversary of Japan's sneak attack on the U.S. naval base in Pearl Harbor. More than 2,400 Americans were killed with the sinking of numerous naval ships and destruction of planes and other military equipment. President Franklin D. Roosevelt delivered his famous Day of Infamy speech before Congress the next day, declaring war against the Japanese. Sorry, I can't
In
say
local
Jap.
news,
It's okay, bro.
Yeah, all right. That's fit to do it.
Peoria police report the arrest of 53-year-old Lonnie Pano after a large birthday party Friday night on the city's south side left 2 men wounded by gunshots. Pano is charged with doing the shooting that took place in the 1700 block of West Lincoln. After the shooting, Pano left, but was apprehended at Gilbert and Mission Road in Hamilton Park. He was taken to a local hospital for treatment of a gunshot wound to the foot. His alleged victims included a 21-year-old man shot in the abdomen and a 60-year-old man shot in the leg.
Not to be outdone by a 53-year-old man, some teens got into a little bit of trouble in a crime spree in Peoria Saturday morning, stealing a pickup truck and then hijacking another vehicle near Pioneer Park with the driver as kind of a hostage. In the beginning, 5 teens were involved in the auto thefts. In the end, 3 teens, 14 and 15 years old, were arrested, but only after they led police on a wild chase on I-74 routes, sometimes the wrong way on 74, and down 150 in speeds of excess of 100 miles an hour. One of the arrested was named in for gun charges also. They hijacked a vehicle. The hijacked vehicle was found in the Lexington Hills apartment complex.
This is the holiday season, as evident by the celebrations at the Riverfront Museum with Christmas in the Village Friday and Saturday, and the lighting of the Christmas tree in downtown Tremont Saturday evening. That gives us a chance to invite everyone to our annual Christmas with Roger and Friends program at the First Baptist Church in Deer Creek at 2 o'clock this Saturday afternoon. There'll be Christmas readings by some of our talented friends, a sing-along, and songs by Kathy Reynolds, plus the piano wizardry of Pastor Steve Evans, and humor by Eddie Parker. Please join us. That's the news.
We're going to have fun.
We always do.
What is it, the 3rd annual?
It'll be our 3rd one, yes.
The 3rd, bro.
I can't wait until the 5th.
So you can plead?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And wonderful. Hope everybody will join us. And it's free.
It's always a good time, Roger.
Yeah, we do have a good time.
Plenty of seating.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right, let's hear what the news is at WCBU.
From the WCBU newsroom, I'm Eric Stock. The city of Peoria is looking to grant up to $300,000 to Phoenix Community Development Services to cover a funding gap for operation of the New Hope Apartments. The move comes after recent arson fires inside the building left its fire alarm system inoperable. Phoenix has been operating the supportive housing residents at a deficit. Catholic Diocese of Peoria Bishop Louis Tilka is bringing back an advisory board for the Archbishop Fulton Sheen Foundation. The board has been inactive since the bid for Sheen's sainthood was put on hold in 2019. The 14-member Sheen Foundation Advisory Board includes scholars of Sheen's life, medical, media, and business professionals, alumni from Sheen's High School, and 2 members of the Sheen family. The foundation aims to raise awareness of Sheen's writings and teachings and advance his cause for canonization. Researchers have ranked Illinois state lawmakers by how effective they are at passing legislation, and while Democrats unsurprisingly rank the highest, a few downstate Republicans were near the top of the list, like State Senator Sue Resin of Morris.
I will do what's best for my district, and I have a reputation for fighting for everybody in my district, regardless of what party they're from. My job is to make their life better and easier.
Last year, Resin carried a measure to lift a nearly 40-year ban on building nuclear reactors in Illinois. Peoria area legislators who ranked highly in the study were Democratic State Senator Dave Kaler and former Republican State Senator Tom Bennett. And Governor J.B. Pritzker signed a measure allowing the state to develop its own vaccine guidelines independent of the federal government. State officials say vaccine information from the CDC has become politicized and unreliable. Dr. Samir Vora directs the Illinois Department of Public Health.
We are ensuring that our residents can continue to rely on guidance that is clear, evidence-based, and trustworthy.
The measure requires state-regulated insurance plans to cover vaccinations regardless of federal guidance. I'm Eric Stock.
That's what I get. Time for sports, everybody. And boy, when it comes to Monday morning, John Meisinger covers the waterfront, but in essence, the court, the field, and the arena, and sometimes the pool. Although the idea of, wasn't it hard as a swimming coach to get kids eager to jump into the pool when it's 8 degrees outside?
Yeah, well, you know, if they're going right outside afterwards, but they usually lollygag around.
Yeah.
And dry off and blow their hair dry and back.
Now, do they lollygag or do they fool around?
Oh, they piddly poop sometimes.
piddly poop.
Yes,
Yeah.
piddly poop.
I wish you wouldn't mention to blow their hair dry.
Does it get?
I don't
does it
know
re-
what
throw
that.
back?
Yeah, I just
Some of
haven't.
them do the hand dryers, flip them
Yeah.
upside down, and shake
Yeah.
it over. But yeah, no, you know what? The swimmers just like to swim. They don't care what the weather's like, and it's
And the
82
pool is
degrees
heated.
in the pool area. It's
Yeah.
82 degrees constant.
Constantly,
and
yeah.
The water's
Mhm.
usually about 78 to 80
I
degrees.
would think the girls would have a hard time because, you know, they've got to blow dry their hair,
Yeah.
and Terry doesn't, neither John and I, or certainly Terry, the other Terry, have any idea what blow.
never done that.
Yeah. But doesn't it take a while for girls to get their hair dry?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not only dry, but you want it to look
Hit the-
the way you want it
Well,
to look.
yeah.
Right.
So you didn't just get out of the pool.
No, and girls didn't as much. The girl swimmers that were swimmers, they didn't mind. It didn't bother them.
They,
But,
well, a lot of them have short hair.
well, some of them did, yeah. Yeah.
For that very reason, because it's a whole lot less to
Yes.
take care of when they.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But
I wonder how long it would take Crystal Gale to dry her hair after she gets out of the shower.
yeah, let me.
Because didn't she have hair down to
Her ankles.
her ankles? Yeah.
What? Really?
Yes.
What was that?
I said that would get in the way for a lot of things, you know.
Yeah.
Riding a horse or whatever, driving a car, you'd be sitting on your hair all
Her
the time.
hair, yeah. Boy, that would be. I remember Royce saying that when he
Where you
first
going with
showed up for a mic check, and there was a little girl at the microphone, and he said, "Who's that little girl with the long hair?" And he said, "That's Crystal Gale, Royce."
Well, do you want to
Yes.
start sports?
Yes, now.
Starting now, actually 23 minutes ahead of when I started.
Yeah, and I apologize.
No, there's no apology.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest in the world of sports, without interruption, John Meisinger.
That's good, bro. No, it ain't happening, bro. The Bradley Braves men's basketball team defeated Northern Illinois 84-55 at Carver Arena over the weekend. Braves now have won the past 3 games as well as the last 3 inside Carver. The Braves had a 13-point lead going into halftime, and the Huskies then were not able to score in the first 5 minutes of the second half thanks to the Braves' tenacious defense. The Braves have finals week off, and so after those 8 days, they will host North Central College in Renaissance Coliseum, so don't go to the Civic Center. You'll be disappointed. The game will tip off at 1 p.m. Sunday, December 14th. I think the Rivermen might be playing that day down there, so they won't go unnoticed. Bradley women's basketball crushed the Chicago State Cougars 85-57 on Sunday to begin their 3-game homestand. The Braves currently 5-4 on the season and 4-0 at home. The Braves continue being at home on Wednesday.
Continue being at home.
Yes, they will continue their home stand on
stay
Wednesday. There you go. Does that work better? December 10th at 11 a.m. You said uninterrupted, Roger. Now you're letting
Yeah.
me down.
Well, I can't.
I can't help it when he says something like, they're continue being at home.
Well, what would you say?
They're
Continue
gonna
your
stay at
homestand?
home.
They're going to stay at home this week.
Continue staying at home.
Continue staying. It's going to be a continuous thing. They're going to be at home for a few
okay,
games.
all right.
I have no control over this guy.
I understand. Neither do I. Neither does anybody.
I don't even
Bro's got to
think he
lighten up
knows.
on me here a little bit. Anyway,
Yeah.
they're going to be playing
I'll
University of
continue
South
to- I'll
Dakota
continue to not
at home.
interrupt.
At home. Continue.
I'll continue to not interrupt.
In other college basketball,
Yeah, bro.
men's basketball, Illinois defeated Tennessee 65-72. Iowa State beat number 1 Purdue 81-53 at Purdue. That's pretty good. Iowa beat Maryland 83-64. Murray State 81. Bellarmine 68. ISU 95 and Chicago State 53. Valpo beat Calumet Barber College 98-58, and Wichita State beat UNI 74-69.
You and I?
You and I,
You
two of us, yes.
Both of us?
That's right.
Both of us?
Both of us. In the NFL Week 14, Keshawn Nixon intercepted Caleb Williams' pass in the end zone with 22 seconds remaining to preserve Green Bay's 28-21 victory over the Chicago Bears on Sunday. That moved the Packers into first place in the NFC North, all by themselves, home alone. Josh Jacobs scored the tie-breaking touchdown on a 2-yard run with 3:32 remaining as the Packers won their 4th straight and snapped a 5-game winning streak by the Bears. The Bears host Cleveland while the Packers visit Denver next Saturday. In 2 weeks, the Packers are back
In
Chicago,
Soldier Field.
in Soldier Field.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So it'll be a tough game, that'll for sure. In other games, the Vikings beat the Commanders 31-0. The Broncos 24, Raiders 17. The Texans last night beat the Chiefs 20-10. The Bills beat the Bengals 39-34, and the Jaguars over the Colts 36-19. Tonight, the Eagles and the Chargers play on Monday Night Football at 7:15 on ABC. In NCAA football over the weekend, the magical night 50 miles from the home stadium, the Indiana Hoosiers reached the top, outlasting Ohio State 13-10 in Big Ten championship game that matched the nation's top 2 teams, both undefeated. Indiana beat number 1 to become number 1. The Hoosiers won their first Big Ten championship since 1967 and their first outright title since 1945. If I do my math right, that's 80 years. They beat Ohio State for the first time since 1988, ending a 32-game losing streak. Man, that's a long streak. And the quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, likely clinched the school's first Heisman Trophy with several heroic throws, rallying his team from 10-3 deficit. And so good for them. And we thought that they were good last year. They're even better this year.
Mm-hmm.
ISU stunned North Dakota State in the second round of the FGCS football playoffs, 29-28 on Saturday. The Bison were 12-0 on the season and picked number 1 in the nation. The Bisons entered the matchup as 23.5-point favorites. As surprising as the final score was, the Illinois State team dominated the game, outgaining Bison by 422 to 179 margin.
Wow. Good game.
Good game. The Illinois football team has accepted an invitation to play in the Liberty Mutual Music City Bowl in Nashville, Tennessee. And Illinois will play Tennessee at Nissan Stadium on Tuesday, December 30th at 4:30 p.m. Central Time, and you'll see that on ESPN, which is another word for we own NCAA. The Rivermen goaltender Jack Bostedt made 21 saves on 21 Fayetteville shots on Saturday night as the Rivermen defeated the Marksmen 2-0 at Crown Coliseum. And then, yesterday, in a deja vu role reversal, the Rivermen fell to Fayetteville Marksmen by a score of 2-0 at Crown Museum. The Rivs play at home on December 12th at 7:15 p.m. against the Knoxville Ice Bears. Hey. High school basketball over the weekend.
Is that a real animal?
What?
An ice bear?
Ice bear? Well, they call them polar bears most places, I would think.
I don't know if it's a real animal.
Yeah,
I've
I think
never heard
they're
of that.
animals on the ice.
Ice bear.
Ice
So
bears.
well, that
Ice bears, yeah.
Yeah,
was that a real animal?
I
Or
don't
is that-
think so. I think they're called polar bears.
Yeah.
I think it's, just a nickname, team
Right, just a-
nickname.
okay.
And finally, in sports,
Yeah.
in high school basketball, Metamora, this is boys, beat IVC 66-40. Peoria High over Bloomington 77-59. Manual over Centennial 68-53. Normal Community beat Notre Dame 43-20. And Richwoods beat Champaign Central 72-55 to remain undefeated. In girls, Morton beat Canton 42-26. Richwoods over Champaign Central 72-40. Washington over Hersey 68-44. Notre Dame over Normal Community 49-38. And Pekin beat Dunlap 66-59. Wah, wah, wah. And Roger, that's sports. We're all packed up in 7 minutes.
Yeah, good job as always.
Muchas gracias.
Are they done with the high school football
Yes.
finals. When did
Always
those end?
Thanksgiving weekend was
That
the
was
end.
the end of it?
Actually, it wasn't the end this year because the snowstorm,
That's what I thought.
then
So-
they finished those over the week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday.
I just don't remember. There wasn't much publicity about it, was there?
Well, we didn't have any local teams.
Yeah, and that's why we
That
weren't
makes a
following
difference,
it.
yeah, and-
I remember, however, watching. Well, maybe it was Peoria High. Do they still play them on the campus of the University of Illinois?
Illinois State University now.
It's for high school. It's not
Yeah.
in Champaign.
No.
Boy, they made a big deal of wanting to get the basketball tournament down to Champaign, but we don't have anything to do with high school football.
Well, then they played two of the classes at
Yes.
Northern Illinois University because they had to reschedule.
Oh, really?
So there were scheduling conflicts, so they went.
So
to
to DeKalb?
yeah,
Yeah.
two of them went there. The other ones came back to ISU. So.
Okay. You know, I got to thinking, welcome to hour number 2 of Breakfast with Roger and Friends. Kansas City has the same outstanding quarterback, essentially the same offensive line, and
Same receiver.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
What's happened to Kansas
Bunch of
City?
them were hurt. They had all kind of second string guys. They had about 4 or 5 second string guys in there, didn't they?
I
Last night's game?
can't answer. I maintain what's going on off the field is affecting on the field. You know, you've got
You're gonna blame Taylor Swift.
Kelsey, Travis,
Ooh, that's right.
and
You're gonna blame
Taylor
You're
Swift.
going to
And,
blame Taylor Swift for their loss.
no, I'm blaming what's going on. You know, the average human being can be very envious and jealous. And you see Mahomes on State Farm commercials, and I think a couple of others as well. And they even brought his brother on, and his brother's on some TV commercials, as if that really is relevant to the average consumer and so forth. I think there's some dissension in the clubhouse or
Kelsey's
the
mom.
changing room.
Kelsey's mom has a show now.
Really. And they just don't seem to have the fire. And obviously, look at the results. Something's going on. Every team has injuries.
I thought you were going to say that this was some sort of a point shaving thing or game.
I wouldn't go that far because I think the guys who are professional, although been proven to be wrong, they don't like losing. They want to win. I mean, who takes the field and says, "Hey, let's hear it for losing today"?
Right.
Well, and the thing is, they're all professionals. So even if you're a second string professional, you don't play as much, but you're still must be a pretty good
To be
player
there.
to be there.
Yeah.
So
I watched Kelsey's body language somewhat during the game, and a couple of passes he didn't get. Mahomes was under heat and a rush and so forth, and threw short in one case and over his head on another. And he had that body language said, "Can't you get it to me at least once or what?" So I don't know. You know, you don't know the relationships between players.
maybe the bromance isn't there anymore.
Yeah, the coach is still the same.
Yeah,
That's his last year.
What
too,
is
right?
What's his name? Wilbur Brunley. Doesn't he remind you of him?
Yeah,
he
He reminded me of a walrus for some reason.
Well, yeah. Well, for several reasons, because he looks like a walrus.
Probably it. But there are people, if you've ever seen them, they do it every game. Pan into the stands.
lookalike guy?
The lookalike guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's just like him.
Oh,
up
yeah.
there. Maybe they've traded places. You think?
Yeah,
That
I
could
think
be.
so.
Body
Wilbur's
double.
up in the stands and the doubles.
You know,
down
it's
there.
interesting you say that. When I see Mark Kelly, Arizona senator, I think he's a perfect lookalike for Howdy Doody. I really do.
Howdy Doody has hair.
No.
Had freckles and
Howdy
Howdy Doody had a
You
shock
mean the dummy?
record.
No, not the Howdy Doody I know. And the reason I'm familiar with it is Royce used to call me that all the time. I don't have freckles. Here comes Howdy Doody.
Howdy Doody.
Yeah.
Oh, Rudy.
Rudy.
Rude.
Who was the guy who was with Howdy Doody? Who was
Clarabelle,
Clever
clown, which is actually
But
Bob
who's the guy?
Keeshan.
Bob.
No, that's Captain Kangaroo.
Well, he
isn't it?
became
Yeah.
Captain
Yeah, he
Kangaroo.
was-
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but who was the guy that did the
Oh,
dummy?
yeah. Who's the guy?
It wasn't the dummy, but
Yeah, I know who you're
he was
talking about. Yeah.
ventriloquist, I guess you'd call
Yeah.
him.
Well, who was the gal?
Something Bob.
There was a gal that was a ventriloquist too.
Oh, Sherry Lewis had
Sherry
lamb
Lewis,
chop.
Yeah, lamb chops.
Right.
Yeah. How many of you remember Channel 9 WGN television used to have the guy on at noon? That was a cartoonish character.
Bozo the Clown.
Yeah, yeah. That was a popular show.
Oh, yeah.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Did you ever go there?
No, no.
Are you thinking of Buffalo Bob?
Buffalo Bob.
Buffalo
Yeah,
Bob.
That was
that's it.
who was with.
I
I
met.
interviewed him one day on the radio.
You did?
I did.
Buffalo Bob.
Buffalo
What
Bob.
was his real name?
Buffalo Bob. Oh, what was his last name?
Smith. Oh, you mean the real guy?
Bob Smith. No,
I'll look it up.
no.
But and there's Howdy Doody.
Yeah, that's Howdy Doody. That's Mark Kelly.
That's it.
Okay.
Well,
Oh,
I can see
I
it's
don't-
the same smile.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but other than that.
Roger has the same smile.
Yeah, same teeth. For the man. I actually, speaking of interview, I met Mr. Green Jeans. You remember Mr. Green
yes.
Jeans?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was on with, was it Captain Kangaroo?
Yeah, he was
Captain
Captain
Hopkins.
Kangaroo.
And Runa, he came and visited the kids at St. Jude.
Oh, that's nice.
And his wife was with him, and he was, it's amazing. I met the former President Gerald Ford. He also came to St. Jude, and they both were similar in personalities and demeanor. Very laid back, very quiet. The last two people you think would be so quiet and unassuming.
Yeah.
I mean, President Ford just, there was nothing dynamic about it. I guess that's the word I'm trying. It was like he was there, but he wasn't there to be the focus, which is a compliment.
Sure.
Well, we didn't have color TVs back then. I didn't. Our family.
Well, we
so
didn't
did
either.
Did Mr. Green Jeans actually wear green jeans?
No,
Okay.
Well, on TV.
but
I
he
think
loved
did.
green beans. He
Mr.
told
Green
me-
Jeans like green beans?
Yes, he told me that. I made that up.
And disco scenes?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. When we grew up, or our kids grew up under our tutelage, they were subjected or had the opportunity to see some really good morning children's programs compared to what we have now. Now, I know Big Bird and Little Bird and
Yeah,
Dirty
my
Bird.
kids were Sesame Street. It was a lot
Yeah.
different when they first started, though. It wasn't
Yes,
as crazy as
you're
it is
right,
now. But,
right. But my favorite kids show was really for adults, Captain Jinx and Salty Sam.
oh, yeah.
I used to watch
You're
them
right,
in
they
the
were more
afternoon.
for adults.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
going to
my
leave early
grandpa loved
today.
them,
I want
yeah.
to get home and see Captain Jinx and Salty Sam. For 10 points, what were their real names?
Stan Lonergan and
Stan-
George
George
Bassoni?
Basilian.
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 Yeah.
I was on their show one time. And,
So was I. It wasn't a ship, was it?
No, but I'll tell you what, the captain, he really did think he was the captain of a ship.
You're right.
He did.
I was told by personnel at Channel 25 that when he got on his costume or
Yep.
his outfit, he walked around like, he became infused with the feeling that he was the captain of the ship. So you verified that.
I was on the show, and then they take a break, and Salty go over and light up a cigarette, and Stan, the captain, he was the captain of that ship
Yeah.
the whole time, whether you were on the air or off the air. He was the captain of that ship. And he let you know it.
San wound up a patient at the hospital in later years, and I went up and visited with him. And obviously, when you see someone in the hospital who's not well, and he was not well, he was not himself, and so my visit was relatively short. But he thanked me for coming up, and I told him how much I enjoyed growing up watching his program.
As I got older, I'd tune it in, and you could get a repeat of the jokes that were on the Carson show the night before. You could get the next day on the Captain Jinx show.
Is that right? Will? Yeah. Well, they did. That was, and you don't see much of local television doing that sort of thing that they used to do. They used to have live music on Channel 19.
there's nothing
Remember when
live
Paul Beard had and the terrible thing that he said on the air, and it was racial in nature. And they went to a break, and apparently they said, you can't say that. You need to apologize. So when they came back, he apologized by saying the same thing.
I apologize for saying it.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I said.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. And yet, you know, he was a popular personality, said the same things every Saturday night with, bring it on through.
Pull on through, Shorty.
Hold on to
That's right.
Pull on through.
Yep, pull on through, Shorty.
But you don't have that anymore.
No, that was the creature feature.
Oh, my, the creature feature.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bakery creature feature?
Yep.
Yeah, and who was the minister on Sunday mornings? Who was
Ken Yoakum.
Kenny Yoakum.
Ken Yoakum.
Something
Yeah,
good's going to happen to you.
He lived 2 doors down from us.
He
I
did.
grew
And
up,
I
and
s-
his daughter is one of our best friends. And,
I thought he lived in Wardcliff for a while.
that may have been after he got divorced.
Did he like? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the flip up.
Who's that?
Did he like?
That was Buffalo
Did he
Bob.
like to drink a little bit?
I couldn't
Well,
tell you. I
I
don't
mean-
know. I was
Yeah.
too young to figure that out. But
I want to start.
Well, you like to drink a little bit, don't you?
Well, I used to. I don't drink.
By the way, have you got another show coming up here soon?
No, I had one over the weekend, but I don't have.
For this
one.
past weekend,
Yeah.
where were you? Tell us about it.
We were down in Springfield, Terry Bloom and I. We were in a local doctors, a urology group.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Lots of, lots
Now,
of,
what'd
lots
you
of
do?
good
Have an
doctors.
appointment?
Get
Had
pissed
an
off?
appoint-
Yeah. It was a fun group of.
Where
that, right?
where the judges when they're supposed to be on duty here?
It was a fun group of people. Wow.
I've never heard urologists being called a fun group of people.
Oh, they were.
So you had a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time. We had a good time. I don't know if the audience did. I did.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, they had
Sounds that
fun.
way. You know, interesting you said, and that was in Springfield.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was. Yeah.
we Kathy entertained Saturday at Tremont, and then yesterday we drove to Girard, and she goes down to the Baptist church down there. They requested her, and it's a little bit of a drive. Girard is by
Illinois?
Farmersville. You know where Farmersville? Farmersville is 25 miles south of Springfield, and that's where they had the bad accident due to the dust storms. You remember when they cars collided and caught fire, and I don't know how many people died in it, but it was near Farmersville. Anyway, she performed at the First Baptist Church. She goes to a regular, wonderful church, and then came back and had a performance at First Presbyterian Church in Henry, Illinois, where I copped out on that. I said, you know, you're leading me down the road here a little bit with all this travel. Plus, more importantly, I had to prepare for today's show. But that was a long day for Kathy Reynolds. I think
what's amazing is you actually prepare for this.
Yes, I do. I have to write the copy that you stumble through. That you stumble through and said, you know, you're a
No
pro.
periods in there,
You're a
that's
pro.
why.
That's called cold reading, as you know.
That's correct.
John.
I do it all the time, and it's
you're
even
not-
my stuff.
You're not, and you're supposed to read it ahead of
Yeah, I
time.
know.
But as you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't read it ahead of time. But you can't tell the difference because when he does, he still stumbles.
It
through
sounds
Yeah.
just the same.
That's
Right.
why-
Yeah,
And that's what I like.
Consistency.
Consistency. That's
why
the
I
key.
quit doing it. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to screw it up no matter what.
Yeah.
I said, just wing it.
Well, with that, let's see how well he does with
Oh,
the news. And boy, look, 7:33 is yeah. And now we have the news after the 30 minutes of sports. And
I'll balance it out next hour. Roger.
And our news at the bottom of the hour brought to you by Bob Manning, Senior Vice President, Financial Advisor with the Grandview Capital Group at Morgan Stanley in Peoria. For investment needs, check out Bob Manning. He's available 309-671-4653. That number again, Roger? 671-4653. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. Now with our headlines, here's Terry.
Another big business has moved from high-tax Illinois to Florida. Chicago billionaire Ken Griffin, owner of the financial firm Citadel, one of the largest hedge funds in the world, started the move to Miami in 2022. He completed the removal of all his Illinois assets last week with the sale of his condo on Michigan Avenue for $12.5 million. Griffin said 23 bullet holes in the building drove him to leave the Windy City, where leaders continue to oppose federal protection for residents. Democrats are still angry over the way United States military forces are striking Venezuela drug runners in the Caribbean. Some want Secretary of War Pete Hegseth fired, if not impeached, for the action, which has resulted in the sinking of numerous boats loaded with deadly drugs headed for the U.S. 85 of the narco-terrorists have been killed. In other world news, the Russians have struck again. Shortly after meeting with U.S. negotiators seeking an end of the war against Ukraine, President Putin ordered strikes at 4 areas of Ukraine with numerous deaths and injuries. Trump remains optimistic he can find a way to end the costly war. And speaking of war, yesterday marked the 84th anniversary of Japan's sneak attack on the U.S. naval base in Pearl Harbor. More than 2,400 Americans were killed with the sinking of numerous naval ships and destruction of planes and other military equipment. President Franklin D. Roosevelt delivered his famous Day of Infamy speech before Congress the next day, declaring war against the Japanese. In local news, Peoria police report they arrested 53-year-old Lonnie Pano after a large birthday party Friday night on the city's south side left 2 men wounded by gunshots. Pano is charged with doing the shooting that took place in the 1700 block of West Lincoln. After the shooting, Pano left, but was apprehended at Gilbert and Mission Road in Hamilton Park. He was taken to a local hospital for treatment of a gunshot wound to the foot. His alleged victims included a 21-year-old man shot in the abdomen and a 60-year-old man shot in the leg. Not to be outdone by a 53-year-old man, some teens got into the crime spree in Peoria Saturday morning, stealing a pickup truck and then hijacking another vehicle near Pioneer Park, with the driver as a kind of hostage. In the beginning, 5 teens were involved in the auto thefts. In the end, 3, ages 14 and 15, were arrested, but only after they led police on a wild chase on I-74, routes 150 and 6, and Sterling Avenue. One of the arrested was named in gun charges. That hijacked vehicle was found in the Lexington Hills apartment complex. This is the holiday season, and we want to invite everyone to our annual Christmas with Roger and Friends program at the First Baptist Church in Deer Creek at 2 o'clock this Saturday afternoon. There will be Christmas readings by some of our talented friends, a sing-along and songs by Kathy Reynolds, plus the piano wizardry of Pastor Steve Evans, and humor by Eddie Parker. Please join us. And those are the headlines, Roger.
All right, let's take a check of the weather, and the weather this morning brought to you by Sam Lilly and Associates. You know, Sam is a professional in the insurance industry, kind of the dean. He's been involved for over 40 years. Well, the deadline for enrollment ended yesterday, but if you're a little late getting into the program, you didn't get the opportunity to check things out, don't hesitate to call Sam Lilly, and he can fill you in on what you need to do. You can reach Sam Lilly at 309-245-4374. With the weather, here's the other Terry. Yes,
sunny and cold today,
yeah.
Roger.
Go ahead.
Cloudy, windy, and warmer tomorrow.
Okay.
Wednesday, cloudy and windy. 26 today, 28 for the low tonight, so a little warmer tonight than today. 42 tomorrow, 41 tomorrow night, 31 Wednesday, slight chance of snow. Right now, it's about 8 degrees at the wazoo.
And we have Dr. Gene Sidler on the line with an update on the Bradley win over the University of Northern Illinois. Good morning, Dean.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Oh, it's Gene.
Gene, it's Gene.
Yeah. Hey, Bradley looked pretty good, although Northern Illinois, I'm not saying looked that bad, but give us the evaluation if you don't mind.
Sure. It was a lot like what you say. Northern Illinois was overmatched. They just didn't have size or even the talent to stay with Bradley, and Bradley had a very good game all around, shot the ball very well. We saw really good defense holding the Northern Illinois team to very low shooting percentages, maybe the best defensive performance that they've shot for the year. Northern Illinois shot only 29% overall shooting percentage, and only 6 of 30 from the three-point line for the Northern Illinois team, while Bradley was shooting over 50% for the game and very well from the three-point line. So yeah, they held close a little bit in the first half, and then Bradley raced out to a 13-point halftime lead. But then in the second half, they outscored them by a big margin and pulled away a 29-point win, as John was reporting, 84-55. And so, yeah, it's nice to have a game maybe where you can get some of the subs in and play them for part of the game and get them some playing time, and that's what happened later in the game. Got pretty much everybody off the bench and a chance to play and still have an easy time winning a game.
Yeah. Can you verify that at one point in the second half, someone called and said, is it true that Kyle Varnold was suiting up as a possibility of getting in playing for Northern Illinois?
Carl was on the injured list, I think.
Okay,
he didn't show up.
Yeah, I had a hernia problem.
Up.
Yeah, okay. Didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, this is the kind of game that kind of gives the opportunity for Bradley to refresh their batteries, you might say. What do you think?
Well, yeah. I mean, every team has some of these kinds of games where they'll play a team that you know pretty much going in that it's going to be an easy win. And Northern Illinois just, again, they just have not been very good the last number of years. Kind of feel sorry for them, but now in this era with the NIL, the name, image, likeness money that's being thrown around and so forth, it's even harder for smaller schools like Northern Illinois, Western Illinois, Eastern Illinois to keep players, to even recruit players in the first place that are at the same caliber that a team like Bradley recruits, just similar to the same way that Bradley just can't compete with Illinois and Duke and Florida and all the big schools and the big conferences.
Yeah. Do you feel sorry for the Bears and Caleb Williams this morning?
Well, it went pretty much the way I expected. They hung close, and in the end, they just didn't quite pull it off. It seemed like it could have even gone either way if it had completed that late pass and tied the game. But yeah, I went into the game not expecting that they would win the game, but play well, and they did play well. It's good to see the Bears at least being close and competitive. I think they play again in 2 weeks, and I think there's a chance that on their home field that the Bears can maybe take that second game.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about Dick Hawley is here, who's an assistant coach for the Bradley women's basketball team. The women are playing quite well this year, are they not?
Yeah, it was basically the same score for them yesterday. They were in the 80s to 40s or 50s for the other team.
Yeah.
So they look very good. We're going to miss Claire, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Because she was the glue to everything.
Yeah.
So.
You want to tell everybody, between the two of you, who Claire is?
Claire McDougal. Go ahead, Gene.
Yeah, Claire McDougal's a sophomore
junior
player for the junior player for the Braves, and really one of their best players. She had an injury to her knee. It's not been released what the injury is, but it's a season-ending injury, and
wow.
It's probably the anterior cruciate ligament, the main ligament in the knee. That holds
my guess too.
Yeah, that was my guess.
The knee's stable, yeah, and. she'll need surgery, and she'll be out for the rest of the year.
They are playing better basketball. I think both of you will agree, and they've been very competitive. They beat Abilene Christian, was it, and held their own against a very good University of Missouri team.
Yeah, they only
Yeah,
lost
they beat
by
DePaul.
7. Yeah, beat DePaul.
Yeah, and they beat DePaul. They were overmatched at Nebraska the same way that Northern Illinois was overmatched at Bradley, and then they bounced back with that big win at home against Chicago State, and we'll see. They'll start the Missouri Valley games coming up here in another week and a half or so, and we'll see how they do. They're not picked to win the Valley, and I don't think they will, but I think they'll be much more competitive this year than they've been for a few years.
Yeah, and you know better than the rest of us that if you are showing that you're a better team and you're a winning team, it makes recruiting a little easier and less challenging.
Oh, yeah. Teams want to play for a team that can win and have a shot at a championship, and you have to build your team a little bit slowly sometimes. That's typically more the way it works. Sometimes teams can turn around quickly. It's always, I think, nice to see teams that can do that, but that's not going to happen very often.
Yeah. Just a sidebar to what we're talking about, a little reminder that Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock at the First Baptist Church in Deer Creek, Dr. Gene Sidler will be doing one of the readings. And I know he's up last night, quite late, working on it. So we invite you to our Christmas program this Saturday, 2 p.m.
Is he singing? You going to sing too, Gene?
I was going to leave that to you, Terry.
No, I can't make it, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, no.
That and I can't carry a tune in a bucket.
Well, what's next for the Bradley Braves?
Yeah, Bradley, now they get a little stretch off here because of final exam week and so forth. They'll play a week from Sunday, a week from yesterday, December 14th, next Sunday, against North Central College. Now, that's kind of a special game. It was added late to the schedule. North Central College is a division, it's an NAIA school. That's a lower level school, so that's also going to be a game that Bradley doesn't stand any chance of losing, but it'll be a game at the Renaissance Coliseum. First time they've played at the Renaissance Coliseum since 2013. We had a couple of games scheduled there. But they just wanted to try to put one on the campus and see if we can get the students a little bit more involved. Bradley has had trouble drawing students to the games over the last few years, and I think that's a problem that most schools have. That the kids today have all their electronic devices and so many other things that they can be doing and watching and interacting with it. It doesn't seem easy to draw them to live sports events, and they just don't know what they're missing. It's a good experience.
Yeah. North Central.
Where are they?
What's...
Naperville.
In Naperville, okay.
Yeah, that's up in Naperville.
Yeah. Isn't it true that a gentleman by the name of Carius, well-known name in Morton, I believe coached cross-country and or track at North Central. Do I remember that correctly?
That sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure it was. Yes, that was where he coached. Alan Carius was his name.
Because we had him on he was inducted into the Greater Peoria Sports Hall of Fame when I was a board member, and I interviewed him by phone, and a delightful guy. And I'm trying to figure out, was he a brother to the Carius that had the Dairy Queen in Morton?
Yes, I think he was. I know he was from Morton, and I think he was brother.
All right, anything else you want to add to the good of the program this morning? Are we pushing, pardon the expression, flu shots for our listeners?
Well, I still do believe flu shots are good, although it's kind of late in the season. Probably not too late to get a flu shot, a booster for this season's flu. Flu season is off to a bit of a start, although we haven't seen a whole lot here in the Midwest. There's there's quite a bit of it going on now in some parts of the country. But that's about it. No real other big breaking news medically here that I can.
You know, about this time last year, some people had the sniffles and so forth. I don't know of a single person, but did anybody in this room know anyone who's down and out due to the flu or sniffles? Or I haven't either. I think we've been.
Not now.
Come in.
Well, I always
think
got a
we've been,
grandkid that's down, but you know,
Yeah.
there's
Well,
11 of them, and
they bring home.
yeah.
All right, thanks, Gene. As always, appreciate it.
All right, good talking to you, and have a good week, everybody.
You bet.
Thanks, Gene.
Dr. Gene Sidler. And Dick Hawley is here. And Dick Hawley, who is a well-known musician with, I believe, the Peoria Pops Orchestra. Is that the official name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Who do you
And
play
they always have a winter concert. There's
Around.
one coming up.
Yeah, we're right after you guys, so your overflow audience can come
Yeah.
to 5 Points, Washington
And
at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock
Yeah.
this Saturday.
This Saturday, yeah.
And always, well, what's on the agenda for music this year? Christmas Rocks at the Pops. And well, you read
brought a
it.
list,
Well, yeah, we have another hour and a half yet,
Oh.
so read
gotta get
slow.
ready.
Read slow, yeah.
Yeah, Christmas Rocks at the Pops. Of course, you always got to have the Charlie Brown.
Yes.
That's always
Oh.
good.
Well,
On
that's
with
always
the
great.
snow. Kind of a
What is it?
on with the snow.
On with the snow. I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm familiar with
Is
that.
that
Oh,
who?
it's a winter thing.
It's,
Well,
a,
yeah, duh.
it's a winter thing. That's how.
But who,
Yeah.
was that a famous
Come on, bro.
winter? You don't know that song, do you?
Of course I don't.
No, On with the Snow. Can you hum a
Leroy
few bars?
Leroy
Dick?
Anderson. So he's a
Leroy.
familiar name.
He did Sleigh Ride.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, Holy Night and You Better Sleigh. White Christmas.
Where are you coming up with these names?
I'm not coming up with them. I'm just reading it.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a Christmas song. Do you know the name of the horse in Jingle Bells?
No.
What's it? Dashing through the snow. Go ahead.
Dashing.
And open. Bells on Bob's tail ring. Bob. Bob's the name of the horse in Jingle
I
Bells.
obviously wasn't listening last Monday,
Apparently
correct?
not.
Yeah.
No.
Good fortune.
Kind of elastic thing there. He was stretching it.
So was one of those songs from
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Brown?
That's Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this.
I do too. Continuing.
Love that song.
You play piano, Dick?
I did it one time.
Did you? Okay.
For about 6 months.
How'd you switch? You know, you play piano and now you play.
Bass violin.
Yeah. Did you find it easier to carry that than the piano?
Not much.
No, I was going to say, you told the story about how hard it was for you to get it into your Volkswagen.
I used to get it into my little Chevy Nova.
You did.
I got it in there, and I got the keyboard in there, and I got the amplifier in there. I got my chair in
And what do
there.
you do? Walk along the car?
So our Dixieland group was doing a county sheriff's Christmas party at the Lariat, and I pulled up with that little car, and I started carrying my stuff inside. Got about half of it in, and he looks out there, and I'm going for another piece, and he said, "Man, I'm expecting all the clowns to start coming out of that clown car."
Well, you just met one of them. What else on the agenda that Terry doesn't?
whatever that is.
Where are you coming up with these Christmas songs? There's no one's
From.
heard of.
That's a big.
It's Christmas
That's
time.
not parappa pum pum. That's fum
Yeah.
fum fum.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
related to Fun 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 by the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
I got that, but I've never heard.
Just didn't know if you knew that was the same song.
Yeah.
Well, I guessed it.
Fum
was.
Fum Fum is a big song by. What's
Jolly
Chip
Green
Davis.
Giant.
This is Chip
The
Davis.
giant from the Beanstalk.
Yes,
Fee
right.
Fi Fo Fum.
Oh, fee
Yeah.
fum fo fum. Well, that's different.
You just
No.
got it wrong on here.
Yeah.
That's different.
Of course, we end up with Christmas Eve, Sarajevo. That's the crazy one with the
Trans-Siberian
stupid guitar that's too
Orchestra?
loud.
See,
Yeah.
I'm at a loss. I thought I knew Christmas songs, but I haven't heard half of these.
I know.
Well, Scrooge, it's
No, I mean, oh, Holy Night, you better slay. I have no idea. Anyway,
Could be kid talk too. Sleigh was a big thing with the kids here in
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
that was another slang.
Sleigh, yeah.
Thanks, bro, for sharing.
how long a program we talking about?
Today? Oh.
Oh, it's
Okay, we're out here about an hour and a half.
around an hour and a half.
Yeah. And, you know, we get into this question every
Plus
time we
the
talk
intermission.
about the Performing Arts Theater over to ICC. What's the seating capacity?
I had that.
I know you did, and I had it
like
too, but I
641.
forgot.
No, like 450 or something. I had that information. We talked about that, and
Yes,
then
we did.
I'll see if I kept that text.
By the way, for you informed people out there, that's not where we're going to be. We're going to be
Oh.
at 5 points.
Yeah, I was going to say, I heard 5 points,
Yeah.
but I didn't know
Oh.
what ICC
Well,
is.
the idea
Oh,
is,
that's
Don't want
different.
them showing
I'm
up the wrong
confused about
place.
it, so now our listeners are.
490.
So it will be at 5 points.
490 in the main stage, 195 in the lecture hall. So 490 on the main stage at ICC.
That all,
Yeah.
for some reason. I
It's a
thought-
pretty small venue
Yeah,
overall.
it's a small.
5 points is
It's
much
cozy.
larger.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
they-
5 points.
Yeah, they got 1,000.
You get 1,000 in there. Yeah.
Well, they got 1,000 downstairs, and then they can put them upstairs
Yeah.
also.
This is Fum Fum Fum, in case you're wondering, Terry.
With a piccolo, huh? Or a flute.
But that's the bass
a little-
violin.
You've heard of it. You've heard this song. Now, be honest, John. Have you heard it? No. Had you, Roger?
Yes,
Really?
yes. I play it every year on the program.
Well, I didn't listen last
I
year.
know,
Sorry.
I don't think you listen this year either.
I know.
But that's okay.
These
but-
headsets are playing on their
Now,
station.
tell us about the, tell us about
Play some
the
hits.
Peoria Pops Orchestra.
Peoria Pops Orchestra was started in 1976.
Wow.
And
Was Huber a part of that?
Who?
Fred
No.
Fred Huber?
No.
No.
I remember.
He started the Peoria Municipal Band, but this is
Yeah.
Peoria Pops.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
you're all
it was-
volunteers, right?
It started as a summer class. They had like 6 or 8 people in it, and it was supposed to be June to August, and the people just kept coming. So
It's a great sound.
How many in the
I
group?
don't, I don't mind telling you.
around 60.
You have 60 people. Wow.
Yeah.
And it's a great sound. I mean, absolutely wonderful.
Oh, I've heard them. They're very good. Who directs now? Who?
Heather Mond.
I'm sorry.
Heather Mond.
Heather
Heather.
Mon.
Richwood
Yeah.
student.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
A student? Student?
Former student.
Former
Yeah,
I
student.
think
former
she's a
student,
music
yes.
teacher at White. What's the one up by Bradley?
About Whittier.
Whittier. Yeah, I knew it was one of those W things.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like Woodruff and White and
Yeah.
Whittier and Woody, so forth. Yeah. How long you been a member?
Oh. Got to figure out how old my kids are.
Yeah, but you're a long time.
Yeah,
You know, do
probably
you ever do the
45
thing?
years.
You ever
Oh,
spin
from
your
the
instrument
beginning.
around? A little showmanship when you play.
It's kind of hard to do because I keep it in a stand.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But you know, there are guys who do
But,
play that.
Well, yeah.
Do a little showmanship.
When I was in Prairie Wind Ensemble, he wanted me towards the front on one number, and he wanted me to spin it, so I had to take it out of my holder,
Yeah.
spin it for him.
Yeah. And you carry this around all the time, do you?
No, just when I'm going to play it.
Okay.
Did you
I
learn
didn't
as
see it
a,
in your pocket today.
Did
Go
you learn
ahead,
as a
Terry.
kid?
Terry.
Did you learn as a kid to play an instrument, or?
No, not really. I was in a band.
Oh, okay.
I played baritone, and then I walked in one day, and they said, Charlie's dad won't let him play the tuba anymore, so you're the big guy, you get it. So I played sousaphone.
So you're naturally just you can pick up
Gifted.
any instrument and play. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But I'm basically the string bass, and have people in the orchestra come in and they play everything into the room, you know.
Now, do you
kinda
read
crazy.
music?
What?
Do you read? Because
Yeah.
a lot of musicians. I think Paul McCartney I don't believe he's a music reader. The former Beatle.
Yeah, when my daughter was dating her husband, he had seen me play at church, and at church, you know, it's country western, one string up, one string down, and run in between. No big deal. And
okay,
I'm impressed.
Yeah,
Your word.
okay.
Yeah.
So-
I have no idea what you just said.
No, not a clue.
but
Yeah.
but we had this Christmas concert coming up, and he knew I was in it. And when the concert started and I had music in front of me, my daughter said he just let out a big sigh. He
What?
thought I was going to embarrass myself because he had never seen me use music at church. He thought I was going to make a fool of myself with the orchestra because I couldn't read music.
Oh, listen, when I saw you perform, I think it was, if not last year, 2 years ago, it was at ICC. Do I remember right? Well, I know it
They
was
were
because
there.
I remember
Yeah, they were
the
there, but I
director.
wasn't.
You what?
I wasn't.
Well, I saw you there. You had to perform
yeah. Yeah, I
because
was there for
I
that
went
one.
to see you
Yeah.
perform because
Yeah.
I didn't want you to embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I did anyway.
Yeah, yeah. There's just something about being on stage with that big instrument.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm, like I say, I'm impressed. It has a great sound.
Yeah, we used to, long time ago, perform at the Apollo Theater.
Oh, wow.
We did.
And I was just outside that little railing they had for the stage. I was standing
You were
outside.
outside.
Of it. Well, there wasn't room for everybody inside.
Yeah.
And 2 rows up, lady was with her junior high son, and man, she came busting down there at intermission. She said, "I can feel that thing in my seat."
Play it more. Yeah. Could you come to the house?
Yeah, there have been times when different
that vibration.
sections of the orchestra have lobbied for me to be near them so they could feel the rhythm
Yeah.
in their chair.
And that was how the
that good
song.
vibration.
Yeah, I was going to say that. And now you know how good vibrations started. But I haven't either. Yeah. Well, it does have the kind of sound that really gets you good vibrations. Yeah. I still think how you carry that. I mean, that's not a light instrument.
No, it's not.
And do you usually put it in a sleeve, some kind of a garment bag or
jacket
something?
or something?
case
Yeah,
probably, don't
I've
you?
I've got a carrying case, but it's soft carrying case. It's not hard.
Now, what do you drive? Do you drive a school bus to get it on? I mean, do you put it in the trunk, or where do you put it?
Yeah, where you put?
Yeah, just put it in the back of the car.
You do.
Put the 2 seats down
I see.
in the back. There's room to slide it in.
Yeah, how big? Those are 5 feet tall, or
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah, I bought a new car one time, a 68 Dodge Dart.
I don't think it fit in too well,
Is
did
that
it?
ever a new car?
Yeah.
I couldn't get it in because the back windshield curved in.
Oh. So what'd you do? Put it on the roof?
I borrowed my father-in-law's old junk car that he drove back and forth to work because the base had fit in there. So anytime I had to play someplace, I give him my new car and he give me his old junker.
Well, remind everybody what's going on Saturday night.
Peoria Pops Orchestra at 5 Points in Washington at 7 p.m. and Santa will be there.
All right. Santa will be there as well. How about Mrs. Claus? Is she going to be there?
She'll be there assisting, but she doesn't come out on stage. She's kind of shy.
All right. Oh, we're going to break for news, weather, and sports. Mr. Weather will be joining us, so stay tuned, everybody.
Thanks, Dick.
Pleasant good morning, everybody. It is Monday, the 8th day of December. You're having breakfast with Roger and Friends on WAZU FM 90.7 in Peoria, Illinois. Also on YouTube, and we start with a check of the weather, a service of Peoria Pet Crematory. The folks at Peoria Pet, experienced professionals offering several dignified options when you lose your pet. And remember, you can reach them at any hour of the day or night, 7 days a week at 309-713-1898. Great people at Peoria Pet. They are people who care.
Hey, Roger. Partly sunny and cold today. High about 26. Mostly cloudy, windy tonight with rising temperatures. It's going to be warmer tonight than it is today. 28 tonight. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and warmer. High 42. Tomorrow night, rain, cloudy, and very windy. Might be around 30-some mile an hour. Low 41.
You can hear the wind now.
You can hear it. Wednesday, cloudy and windy. High 31. Thursday, 30% chance for snow. High 28. Cold rolls in Thursday night with a low of 14 above. Friday, sunny and 21. Saturday, high just 10. Yeah, so it's going to get warm and it's going to get cold. And right now, it's around 8 at the wazoo.
Speaking of great people, here's another one on our program. Steve Sink, he's the managing partner of PHX Affiliates. Steve Sink has been a business broker for over 20 years, working with clients confidentially and professionally the sale or purchase of a business. He knows business, and you can get more information from Steve Sink at 309-696-8508. Now the news.
Another big business has moved from high-tax Illinois to Florida. Chicago billionaire Ken Griffin, owner of the financial firm Citadel, one of the largest hedge funds in the world, started the move to Miami in 2022. He completed the removal of all his Illinois assets last week with the sale of his condo on Michigan Avenue for $12.5 million. The full-floor penthouse was described as the crown jewel of Park Tower. Griffin said 23 bullet holes in the building drove him to leave the Windy City, where leaders continue to oppose federal protection for residents.
Late breaking news, it's now 24. 24 bullet
24 bullet holes?
Yeah. Okay.
24 what?
Never mind.
Oh.
It was 23 going into our newscast.
Well, yeah, it's at least
got to
yeah.
report it's 24 now.
Democrats are still angry, aren't they always, over the way United States military forces are striking Venezuelan drug runners in the Caribbean. Some want Secretary of War Pete Hegseth fired, if not impeached, for the action, which has resulted in the sinking of numerous boats loaded with deadly drugs headed for the U.S. 85 of the narco-terrorists have been killed. Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth is among the critics, claiming 2 survivors of a recent attack should have been rescued. Yeah, well, it's like that 12 family members who died with President Obama.
Or how about the ones that survived the bombing of Hiroshima, Nagasaki?
Doesn't make sense.
There were some survivors there.
Jeez.
In other world news, the Russians have done it again. Shortly after meeting with U.S. negotiators seeking an end to the war against Ukraine, President Putin ordered strikes at 4 areas of Ukraine with numerous deaths and injuries. Trump remains optimistic he can find a way to end the costly war.
Speaking of war, yesterday marked the 84th anniversary of Japan's sneak attack on the U.S. naval base in Pearl Harbor. More than 2,400 Americans were killed with the sinking of numerous naval ships and destruction of planes and other military equipment. President Franklin D. Roosevelt delivered his famous Day of Infamy speech before Congress the next day, declaring war against the Japanese.
In local news, Peoria police report the arrest of 53-year-old Lonnie Pano after a large birthday party Friday night on the city's south side left 2 men wounded by gunshots. Pano was charged with doing the shooting that took place in the 1700 block of West Lincoln. After the shooting, Pano left, but was apprehended at Gilbert and Mission Road in Hamilton Park. He was taken to a local hospital for treatment of a gunshot wound to the foot. His alleged victims included a 21-year-old man shot in the abdomen and a 60-year-old man shot in the leg.
Well, not to be overdone by a 53-year-old man, some teens got into the crime spree in Peoria Saturday morning. They stole a pickup truck and then hijacked another vehicle near Pioneer Park with the driver as kind of a hostage. In the beginning, 5 teens were involved in the auto thefts. In the end, 3 teens, a couple of 14-year-olds and a 15-year-old, were arrested, but only after they led police on a wild chase on 74 and 150, and 6 and Sterling Avenue. One of the arrested was named in gun charges. That hijacked vehicle was found in the Lexington Hills apartment complex. 3 little kids went to juvie.
This is the holiday season, as evidenced by the celebrations at the Riverfront Museum, with Christmas in the Village Friday and Saturday, and the lighting of the Christmas tree in downtown Tremont Saturday evening. That gives us a chance to invite everyone to our annual Christmas with Roger and Friends program at the First Baptist Church in Deer Creek. It will be 2 o'clock this Saturday afternoon. There will be Christmas readings by some of our talented friends, a sing-along and songs by Kathy Reynolds, plus the piano wizardry of Pastor Steve Evans, and humor by Eddie Parker. Please join us.
Yeah, we look like we will have a good time as we do every year, and hope people will join us Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. Lovely setting, nice, relatively small Baptist church, and Pastor Evans, a neat guy.
And what a
can
he
play the
truly, boy,
piano?
he can play that
Oh,
piano.
my goodness, it's outstanding. Let's hear from our friends at WCBU.
From the WCBU newsroom, I'm Eric Stock. The city of Peoria is looking to grant up to $300,000 to Phoenix Community Development Services to cover a funding gap for operation of the New Hope Apartments. The move comes after recent arson fires inside the building left its fire alarm system inoperable. Phoenix has been operating the supportive housing residents at a deficit. Catholic Diocese of Peoria Bishop Louis Tilka is bringing back an advisory board for the Archbishop Fulton Sheen Foundation. The board has been inactive since the bid for Sheen's sainthood was put on hold in 2019. The 14-member Sheen Foundation Advisory Board includes scholars of Sheen's life, medical, media, and business professionals, alumni from Sheen's High School, and 2 members of the Sheen family. The foundation aims to raise awareness of Sheen's writings and teachings and advance his cause for canonization. Researchers have ranked Illinois state lawmakers by how effective they are at passing legislation, and while Democrats unsurprisingly rank the highest, a few downstate Republicans were near the top of the list, like State Senator Sue Rezin of Morris.
I will do what's best for my district, and I have a reputation for fighting for everybody in my district, regardless of what party they're from. My job is to make their life better and easier.
Last year, Rezin carried a measure to lift a nearly 40-year ban on building nuclear reactors in Illinois. Peoria area legislators who ranked highly in the study were Democratic State Senator Dave Kaler and former Republican State Senator Tom Bennett. And Governor J.B. Pritzker signed a measure allowing the state to develop its own vaccine guidelines independent of the federal government. State officials say vaccine information from the CDC has become politicized and unreliable. Dr. Samir Vora directs the Illinois Department of Public Health.
We are ensuring that our residents can continue to rely on guidance that is clear, evidence-based, and trustworthy.
The measure requires state-regulated insurance plans to cover vaccinations regardless of federal guidance. I'm Eric Stock.
All right, well, let's get into the world of sports. Dr. John Meisinger.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you.
Is here.
Tripled my pay now.
Yes, exactly right. What do you have for us?
What do I have for you? Well, I can tell you this. The Bradley Braves men's basketball team defeated Northern Illinois 84-55 at Carver Arena over the weekend. The Braves now have won the past 3 games as well as the last 3 games inside Carver. The Braves had a 13-point lead going into halftime. The Huskies were not able to score in the first 5 minutes of the second half thanks to the Braves' tenacious defense. The Braves have finals week and then after 8 days off will host North Central College at the Renaissance Coliseum. The game will tip off at 1 p.m. on Sunday, December 14th. Bradley women's basketball crushed Chicago State Cougars 85-57 on Sunday to begin their 3-day homestand, where they'll be home again all day. I don't know how I said that before, but
no, that was good, though. It was a good
The Braves
read.
are currently 5-4 on the season and are 4-0 at home. The Bradley Braves continue their homestand on Wednesday, December 10th at 11 a.m. in Bradley's annual field trip day against the University of South Dakota. If you want to enjoy a lot of noise and a lot of activity, go to
They
that
know how to
game.
do it, don't
That's,
they?
they sure do. In the NFL, Week 14, Keshawn Nixon intercepted Caleb Williams' pass in the end zone with 22 seconds remaining to preserve Green Bay's 28-21 victory over the Chicago Bears on Sunday that moved the Packers into first place in the NFC North by themselves. Josh Jacobs scored the tie-breaking touchdown on a 2-yard run with 3:32 remaining as the Packers won their 4th straight and snapped a 5-game winning streak by the Chicago Bears. Bears host Cleveland while the Packers visit Denver next Sunday. Looked at the packages to go there and buy tickets for the game, have a hotel and the flights, and you go out to Denver, and it only costs you $1,300 each.
For
Cheap,
what?
a
For
steal.
what? 1,200. Is that a package deal?
Yeah, it's a package deal. The flight,
You get food.
the food. No, I don't know about food.
Oh,
It's the
jeez.
flight, the hotel, and the game tickets.
Wow,
So
that's expensive stuff.
seems like a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it seems like, because it is a lot of money. Now, you can fly out of Peoria direct to Denver now,
Correct.
can you not?
Yes.
Is that
And
with
that's why
Allegiant?
it's less expensive than than going to. I looked up the Minnesota game and the Vikings game. If you play up there, their package is about $400 more.
Well, that's
Really?
because of the kickback for the Somalis.
That could be true.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that one.
yeah.
Yeah, Governor. Yes.
Thank you.
So are you going?
No.
Oh.
I just looked it up. I kind of was interested
Yeah.
to see what it would be. In other games yesterday, the Vikings beat the Commanders 31-0. The Broncos over the Raiders 24-17. Texans beat the Chiefs 20-10. Bills over the Bengals 39-34, and the Jaguars over the Colts 36-19. Tonight, the Eagles and the Chargers on Monday Night Football at 7:15 on ABC. In NCAA football over the weekend, the Indiana Hoosiers reached the top, outlasting Ohio State 13-10 in the Big Ten championship game that matched the nation's top 2 teams, both undefeated. Indiana beat number 1 to become number 1. The Hoosiers won their first Big Ten championship since 1967 and their first outright title since 1945. Quarterback Fernando Mendoza likely clinched the school's first Heisman Trophy with several heroic throws, rallying his team for a 10-3 from a 10-3 deficit. And Roger, would you say he said when he was introduced after the game, I'm sorry,
Yeah, he said,
Fernando Mendoza?
give glory to God.
Well,
And so did the other player they interviewed. Both had very strong spiritual comments to make.
for them.
And it's good for them. I like to hear that from young people.
So did the quarterback, they interviewed him after the game last night. Jalen, what's his name?
Love.
Jared Love?
No, the
Quarterback for Caleb Williams.
It was a late game.
The Chiefs game?
Yeah, no, yes. Who beat
Mahomes.
Yeah, but who was the guy in the
Who's
other?
the guy,
The other quarterback from the other team.
For the Texans.
Yes.
I don't know.
Stroud.
Yes, that's right. He said the same thing when they interviewed him.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And I can see the TV executives saying, well, now, we've got to put an end to this.
That's
Some of them probably
we've
freak out about it.
Kind of come
Yeah.
full circle in the last few
Yeah,
years.
we
haven't
hope so.
Well, ISU stunned North Dakota State in the second round of the FGCS football playoffs, 29-28 on Saturday. The Bison were the 12-0 on the season and picked number 1 in the nation. The Bison entered the matchup as a 23.5 point favorite. How'd you like to take that bet? As surprising as the final score was, the Illinois State team dominated the game, outgaining the Bison by 422
Wow.
to 179.
Was that game on TV by any chance? I'm sure one of the ESPN channels
I'm sure they
had
did.
that. I didn't even know they were in the finals. Good for ISU.
Yep, they just keep going. They got a couple more games to get into the final end of it. But the Illinois football team has accepted an invitation to play in the Liberty Mutual Music City Bowl in Nashville, Tennessee. Illinois will play Tennessee at Nissan Stadium on Tuesday, December 30th at 4:30 p.m. Central Time on ESPN. And finally, Peoria goaltender Jack Bostedt made 21 saves on 21 Fayetteville shots on Saturday night as the Rivermen defeated the Marksmen 2-0 at Crown Coliseum. In their second meeting of the weekend, they won the first one as well, but can't take them all. Peoria outshot the Marksmen 22-21, but then yesterday in a deja vu role reversal, the Rivermen fell to the Fayetteville Marksmen by a score of 2-0 at the Crown Museum. Well, it is a museum. It's the Coliseum. The Rivs play at home on December 12th at 7:15 p.m. against the Knoxville Ice Bears. And Roger, that's sports for this hour. I can't even read my own
writing.
typed.
Yeah.
Some of those days.
writing.
We all have those
Sometimes
days.
I just have, my tongue gets in
Yeah,
the way of
I
my eye
know.
tooth. I can't see
I
what I'm
know.
saying.
Now, you taught for how many years in Peoria School District?
Depends on what your
Well,
well,
you were in education for how many years? How's
for
that?
33 years.
33 years. And my question to you, and now you're a part of the
Regional Office of Education.
Education,
Number 48.
and you go to schools to determine compliance with state law, et cetera, and so forth.
Correct, yes.
Having that as a background, do you think we teach enough now, or if any at all, about World War II and the reason for World War II and what Pearl Harbor was? And
I will let you know this,
okay,
that because of the job I'm doing now, I know that it's a mandate to teach that.
it is.
Yes.
It's good.
Now, it doesn't say how long the session has to be. They could do it in 5 minutes, or they could take a whole 6 weeks on it, whatever the case may be, but it's one of the mandated units of study.
I'm glad to hear that, because I'm going to play some of the comments made by the President of the United States after Pearl Harbor and the sneak attack by the, well, I was going to, and I'm sure this is Mr. Weather, Kyle Varnum. So, folks, if you want to, I hope you'll stick around, because we're going to play part of this historic speech by the President of the United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. In the meantime, we want to hear from Kyle Franklin Varnold with the weather. Good morning, Kyle.
Good morning, Roger and friends. How are we this nice? It's actually not too bad. It's chilly, but it's sunny, so we'll take it.
Yeah, we've got 8 degrees. What do you have in your thermometer?
I've got everywhere
have
from 12 to 15, depending on what service you have. Yeah.
Yeah, I have 15 according to my car with a wind chill of 10.
Oh, ouch.
Your car has wind chill on it?
No, but I can factor in the wind chill. It's fine.
Oh.
You can factor that in.
Okay.
Well, this is going to hang around for a while, isn't it?
No, not really, actually. We actually warm up in the next couple of days. So it's not hanging around for a while. We actually,
okay.
We're going to be on the warm side. Sorry to poo-poo whatever forecast.
No, that's what
you're right.
We got 28 tonight. It's going to be warmer tonight than today.
And
then
tomorrow we're up to in the 40s, right?
Yeah, so we have southerly winds that are really going to bring in warm air, which unfortunately is going to melt this beautiful snow we have. If it's not already started, it'll continue to melt.
Why do you like
with
ice?
Those southerly winds, yeah, those southerly winds are going to be a bit gusty, especially overnight tonight and tomorrow. So just a heads up there. Do look forward to, well, don't look forward to it, but it's going to happen. So do expect it. And then we have a clipper system that's actually going to pass. We have a couple clippers. We have one that's going to pass to the north of us tomorrow night. Could see a few scattered showers. I really think all the precipitation stays to the north of us, especially north of 74. So I don't see much to play out of that. Might see some flurries on the backside, but then we have another clipper system coming through on Thursday in the Friday, and that could actually spout off a bit of snow. It's a very limited window. I don't think we'll see significant accumulation by any means, but maybe an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches of snow on Thursday.
Wow.
So that's something we need to pay attention to, because once that cold front comes through Wednesday night, that clipper on the backside, so you have the one clipper before and you have a clipper on the backside, and it's actually going to be cold enough, it'll be all snow on Thursday. So, and then it really drops, the mercury really drops, so we get very, very cold this coming weekend. And we don't look to break that cold until at least December 17th. And by breaking that cold, I mean getting back to freezing temperature.
Oh, wow. Well, it's kind of the sing-song peak and valley temperatures. Here we are going to be in the 40s, and then Saturday into the teens.
We're not going to be single digit, are we?
Yes. Well, Mr. Galley, the temperature is in the teens, but what do you think the wind chill is going to be?
Oh, I don't know, 4 below or something.
Yep, single digit, if not barely above 0, Saturday
It'll be nothing
and
outside.
Sunday. Blessed travels, safe travels, dress warmly for Christmas with Roger and friends. It'll be quite the production, and hopefully the church has the furnace on.
Yeah, amen to that. Are you still pretty much riding the horse of having, or the sleigh, pulling the sleigh, of a white Christmas?
Yes, our odds have never been better this year for a white Christmas in the
Hallelujah.
past 7 years. Yeah, we're with the cold weather pattern in play, and it looks to go cold again come the week of Christmas. I do expect a white Christmas for 2025.
That sounds good to me. I hate to bring this up as a change of pace, but it's unfortunate Northern Illinois didn't put up much of a battle against our Bradley Braves.
No, they did not.
Yeah.
No, they certainly did not. And their basketball team is not as good as the football team. Well, the football team really wasn't that great this year either. But no, it is unfortunate, and congratulations to Bradley Braves. We went to the game last year when we played Northern. Bradley played Northern, and it was a much closer spirited competition.
Yes, it was.
Not so much. Yeah. This one was not so much. But hey, I got a great gift yesterday about 6:15 when Keshawn Nixon intercepted Caleb Williams trying to make one of those miraculous Bears late game comebacks. Well, not in Lambeau, my friend, not in Lambeau.
Yeah, no, you're right. And he did show the fact that he's no competition compared to Love. Love is an outstanding quarterback.
But
no comparison.
But I would say Caleb Williams is going to get better, and that makes me nervous because Ben Johnson is a phenomenal coach. I think had they gotten the touchdown, and if Coach Meisinger is still there, if not, I don't know. Johnny, you still there?
No, he left.
No,
they were going to go for 2.
All right. Oh, yep, exactly. That's exactly what Ben Johnson would do. Had they gotten the touchdown, they would have gone for the kill, and they would have gone for 2 to seal the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. However, you can tell the youth in Caleb Williams, he could have run for a first down. He may have even made it into the end zone. He had another kid, receiver, wide open, and he chose to try to lob over the defensive player, and he didn't get the job done. So it was a big win, but give the Bears credit. They were competitive. That's all I want to say.
They were very competitive, and you know what? I feel bad. We knocked them from first place in one game to 7th place in the seeding, but now we're in 2nd place, so go Pack, go.
Yeah, you bet. And it was an exciting game to watch, and if you're a Bear fan, recognize that you just can't. Green Bay has the Bear number. I don't care whether it's Aaron Rodgers or Mr. Green Jeans as quarterback. They dominate the Chicago Bears.
Well, we'll find out. In 12 days, we have a rematch at Soldier Field, 7 p.m. Saturday night. So December 20th, here we come.
Yeah. The 12 Days of Christmas, is that what it is? No, that's another song for that matter. All right, thank you, Kyle. As always, appreciate a little reminder. Kyle Varnold, tell us what you're going to do Saturday, 2 o'clock at the First Baptist
Oh, my
Church.
gosh, I'm so excited.
We are, too.
I've been asked to sing this year, so it'll be your last Christmas, Roger and friends.
We'll have an open
great.
fireplace, yeah.
Exactly. No. It'll be
And what's the
great.
title of the song that you're going to do?
It's called The Greatest Gift. It's by, Andrea Bocelli, the opera singer. You guys heard of Andrea Bocelli?
Yes, you have.
Well, his son, Matteo, and his son's wife, they sing. They're not opera singers, but they sing, and they wrote a song called The Greatest Gift. It's a beautiful song, and I look really forward to introducing your listeners that attend it to this beautiful song. And I hope I sound somewhat decent. Not Bocelli level, but hopefully Terry Growy level or something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we look forward to it, and we're going to have a good time, and it's free. It's the First Baptist Church Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock, starring Kyle Barnold.
Yeah. No, thank you so much.
You bet.
I greatly appreciate it again, my friend.
All right, my friend. Thank you kindly. Have a great day. Stay warm.
You guys too. Take care.
You bet. Kyle Barnold, Mr. Weather, and let's have, let's get into our final news of the morning on WACU. And we'll start with the headlines brought to you by your hometown community banks division of Morton Community Bank. They have 46, count them, 46 unbelievable, wonderful hometown locations throughout central Illinois, providing a variety of financial services. Look for the clock tower, and you'll know they have time for you. Member FDIC. And here with the news, Terry Chamberlain.
Well, another big business has moved from high-tax Illinois to Florida. Chicago billionaire Ken Griffin, owner of the financial firm Citadel, one of the largest hedge funds in the world, started the move to Miami in 2022. He completed the removal of all his Illinois assets last week with the sale of his condo on Michigan Avenue for $12.5 million. Griffin said 23 bullet holes in the building drove him to leave the Windy City, where leaders continue to oppose federal protection for residents. Democrats are still angry over the way United States military forces are striking Venezuela drug runners in the Caribbean. Some want Secretary of War Pete Hegseth fired, if not impeached, for the action, which has resulted in the sinking of numerous boats loaded with deadly drugs headed for the United States. 85 of the narco-terrorists have been killed. In other world news, the Russians have struck again. Shortly after meeting with U.S. negotiators seeking an end to the war against Ukraine, President Putin ordered strikes at 4 areas of Ukraine with numerous deaths and injuries. Trump remains optimistic he can find a way to end the costly war. And speaking of war, yesterday marked the 84th anniversary of Japan's sneak attack on the U.S. naval base in Pearl Harbor. More than 2,400 Americans were killed with the sinking of numerous naval ships and destruction of planes and other military equipment. President Franklin Roosevelt delivered his famous Day of Infamy speech before Congress the next day, declaring war against the Japanese.
Here's a little of what he said December 8th, as Terry Chamberlain just mentioned.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The United States was at peace with that nation, and at the solicitation of Japan, was still in conversation with its government and its emperor, looking toward the maintenance of peace in the Pacific. Indeed, 1 hour after Japanese air squadrons had commenced bombing in the American island of Oahu, the Japanese ambassador to the United States and his colleague delivered to our Secretary of State a formal reply to a recent American message. And while this reply stated that it seemed useless to continue the existing diplomatic negotiations, it contained no threat or hint of war or of armed attack. It will be recorded that the distance of Hawaii from Japan makes it obvious that the attack was deliberately planned many days or even weeks ago. During the intervening time, the Japanese government has deliberately sought to deceive the United States by false statements and expressions of hope for continued peace. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. I regret to tell you that very many American lives have been lost. In addition, American ships have been reported torpedoed on the high seas between San Francisco and Honolulu. Yesterday, the Japanese government also launched an attack against Malaya. Last night, Japanese forces attacked Hong Kong. Last night, Japanese forces attacked Guam. Last night, Japanese forces attacked the Philippine Islands. Last night, the Japanese attacked Wake Island. And this morning, the Japanese attacked Midway Island. Japan has therefore undertaken a surprise offensive extending throughout the Pacific area. The facts of yesterday and today speak for themselves. The people of the United States have already formed their opinions and well understand the implications to the very life and safety of our nation. As Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, I have directed that all measures be taken for our defense, but always will our whole nation remember the character of the onslaught against us.
That's the speech by, part of the speech before Congress, December 8th, 1941. Back to some local news. Here's Terry once again.
Yes, in our local news, Peoria police report the arrest of 53-year-old Lonnie Pano after a large birthday party Friday night on the city's south side left 2 men wounded by gunshots. Pano is charged with doing the shooting that took place in the 1700 block of West Lincoln. After the shooting, Pano left, but was apprehended at Gilbert and Mission Road in Hamilton Park. He was taken to a local hospital for treatment of a gunshot wound to the foot. His alleged victims included a 21-year-old man shot in the abdomen and a 60-year-old man shot in the leg. Not to be outdone by a 53-year-old man, some teens got into the crime spree in Peoria Saturday morning, stealing a pickup truck and then hijacking another vehicle near Pioneer Park, with the driver as a kind of hostage. In the beginning, 5 teens were involved in the auto thefts. In the end, 3, ages 14 and 15, were arrested, but only after they led police on a wild chase on I-74, routes 150 and 6, and Sterling Avenue. One of the arrested was named in gun charges. That hijacked vehicle was found in the Lexington Hills apartment complex. And this is the holiday season, and we want to invite everyone to our annual Christmas with Roger and Friends program at the First Baptist Church in Deer Creek at 2 o'clock this Saturday afternoon. Christmas readings by some of our talented friends, a sing-along, and songs by Kathy Reynolds. And it sounds like Kyle Barnold as well.
Yes.
Plus the piano wizardry of Pastor Steve Evans. And there'll be humor by Eddie Parker. So please join us for our 3rd annual Christmas with Roger and Friends program.
And that's a look at the stories we're following this morning. Now a check of the weather brought to you by Advanced Medical Transport of Central Illinois. In a time of sudden need, AMT will be there in a matter of minutes with the most skilled and advanced pre-hospital care possible. AMT, the men and women dedicated to providing a better life through better health.
Sunny and cold today, Roger. High 26.
Good timing.
Mostly cloudy and windy tonight. Rising temperatures tonight. Overnight low 28.
Yeah, who ever heard of rising temperatures at night?
At night, I don't know. That's weird.
So scary.
Wednesday, cloudy and windy, 26 today, 28 tonight, as I said, 42 tomorrow, 41 tomorrow night. And I got to say this.
You got to say this?
Yeah.
Are you sure you got to say it?
I got to say it. I got a text Saturday morning.
About Geico?
No, from our weather guy, from Kyle Varno.
You know, he loves weather. Nobody knows weather like he does.
I had mentioned that I was going on to Springfield, and I said, what's the weather going to be like? And he texted me and said, oh, by the way, there's a clipper system coming in, so your ride down and ride back will be just fine. Don't worry about the weather, and it won't be.
Isn't that neat? It's like it's a personal weather guy.
Yeah, it's
for
like,
you.
this is great.
Well, he is great.
It was really nice
He's
of him
great.
to do that. And I didn't have anything. It started, I got home, I don't know, it was about midnight, 11, and it started raining just kind of sprinkling. Yeah, just outside of Morton. It was raining a little bit, and it rained all the way home.
Rain, go away. Come again another day.
Yeah.
And it will.
It will. It'll be here. It'll be here probably. What Kyle say? Maybe. Well, he's talking about snow. Maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
30% chance.
Thursday. Yeah, not bad. Anyway, right now, depending on where you look, it's 12 degrees. Our crawl says 12.8.
Depending where you look.
John Meisinger and I, we found one at 13, one at 14, and one at 15.
Really?
So depending on what service
take your
that you have on your phone.
We know that a temperature is going to vary wherever you are. You know, whether you're in your automobile bubble or you're at Northwoods or Shops of Grass.
Absolutely.
It's going to be different
It's going to be a
temperature.
little different. East Peoria, yeah, it's going to be. So we'll say it's 13. That's somewhere in the middle.
Is that what we're going to
say? Is there a big difference between 11 and 15? I mean, you know, come on.
No, cold is cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
That's it. Right?
That's it?
That's
Okay.
it.
How about our pet tip of the day?
Okay.
Today's pet tip is brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
Pet lovers are dedicated to their animals, all species from horses to turtles and of course cats and dogs. If you are a pet lover, learn these little known, somewhat amazing facts about your pet. Our pooches have sat on the couches like us for a long winter, and now we need to get up and get moving. But, pardon me, you are doing it all wrong. Listen, the first thing you need to remember is your dog is not a machine that you can turn on or off. You will have to work up to long walks or hard running by gently stretching his muscles with shorter walks at gentler paces. This is good information for you, too. You should never be running with your dog so that he is panting so hard his tongue is hanging out. Stop. Give him a rest. Give him some water. If you want a harder workout, you carry heavier water bottles for him. And while I'm on the subject, look at how you're holding that leash. Some of you have such a death grip that the dog has to run with his head at an unnatural angle. Relax the leash. Let there be a nice, easy, loose U-shape to the leash. As long as your pet is within 3 feet of you, he is fine. Give him a little room and movement. Some of you seem to take the rule to have dogs on a leash to mean that the dog has to be glued to your hip. Leashes are a standard length of 36 inches for a reason, so use all of the leash. Don't wrap it around your hand and pull the dog in so close that the walk becomes more of a forced march than a walk. Your dog loves spending time with you. Make it easier for him to enjoy that time. This whisker of information has been made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting in partnership with Spot, Saving Pets One at a Time, and KSBR Studios. Produced by Joseph C. McGuire and theme music by Stuardo Glasser.
Today's pet tip has been brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
14 degrees, that's our current temperature.
14, okay.
14, and we've got that from 2 sources.
Okay.
And both of them were waiting for a bus on Sterling.
Well, they should
and
know. They're outside
they
the
would know.
action, so,
Hey, every now and then somebody will call or email and say, "Hey, would you play this song or that song?" I got an email from a listener who said, "Would you play Barry Manilow's recording from an album that I happen to have because it's Christmas?" This is begins with an excerpt from Handel's Messiah. Have you ever gone to a performance of Handel's Messiah?
Yes.
Yes. Where did you go?
It was in Stevens Point, and the
Stevens Point?
University of Stevens Point choral program put it on.
Yeah. How about you,
I
Terry?
don't think so.
Really?
No,
It's quite
I
a
don't think I
performance.
have.
Some of the songs are, yeah, right.
Yes.
But the overall going to it is worthwhile. I had the good fortune of being in London, thanks to Uncle Sam, on leave, and I went to, and I can't remember what church it is. It wasn't Westminster Abbey, but it was a church that's well known for musical performances. Does it ring a bell at all?
Oh, I did go to one. I
You
take
did.
that back. It was at the cathedral.
Yes,
a
yes.
couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was the Peoria Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah, doggone, I wish I'd known that. Like I say, it was a long performance.
It was a
it not?
very long performance. Had a
Very
bunch.
long. But
Yeah.
the audience gets to participate. Do I remember that right?
Well, we clapped.
No, I think
We
there
didn't
was
get
a
to play
point.
instruments.
I think a point they asked the audience to sing with them.
Maybe during the Hallelujah chorus.
Yeah,
when
I
they-
think
when they
that
do
was
the
it.
There was no
Hallelujah.
singing. This was instrumental.
All instrumental. Ooh.
Yeah.
St. Paul's Cathedral.
That's
Was
it.
that the one
That
you
was
went to?
exactly
Oh,
right. And it was quite moving, the setting, the time of the year, etc. I look back on it, I was alone at maybe 21 years of age, and I could tell you about how some people were very nice and some guy took advantage of me. I lost some money, but at any rate, I was there for this performance. Anyway, Barry Manilow, and he sings excerpts from Messiah, for unto us a child is born, and then ends with because it's Christmas for all of the children. And I do like this. I was glad to fulfill the request this morning. Thank you for, and you can do that. You can let us know by email or YouTube. Barry Manilow.
Unto us a son is given. Unto us a son is given. Unto us a son is given. Unto us a child is born. Tonight the stars shine for the children and light the way for dreams to fly. Tonight our love comes wrapped in ribbons. The world is right and hopes are high. And from a dark and frosted window, a child appears to search the sky. Because it's Christmas, belongs to all the children. Tonight their joy rings through the air, and so we send our tender blessings to all the children everywhere, to see the smiles and hear the laughter, a time to give, a time to share, because it's Christmas for now and forever, for all of the children and for the children in us all. Tonight belongs to all the children. Tonight their joy rings through the air, and so we send our tender blessings to all the children everywhere, to see the smiles and hear the laughter, a time to give, a time to share, because it's Christmas for now and forever, for all of the children and for the children in us
Barry Manilow, and my golly, did you see him, either one of you, when he came to Peoria? He did 2 shows.
I saw him on the shows. And I had seen him back when I was a sophomore at Eastern. He came and performed at
He
Eastern.
did at Easter.
He did.
Yeah.
Never seen him live.
Very talented. He really made his name initially, did he not, doing writing jingles for
Yeah, he wrote jingles. He
different
did the
companies.
Band-Aid one. I'm stuck on Band-Aid.
Yeah, he did a
Band-Aid
lot
stuck
of.
on
Yeah, he
me.
made a lot of money on that.
Interestingly,
He still performs at 70. Oh gosh, 78. He's still performing. Those big long concerts.
he when he came to Peoria, Jim Garrett of Garrett's limo service picked him up at the airport along with his agent. And apparently he took a bad route. He went through Bartonville and over the Bartonville Viaduct where they had the junk cars burning, and he heard Barry Manilow say, "Gee, what kind of a town is this? Don't book me here ever again." Well, I saw that show, and he put on a fantastic, one of the best shows, comparable to Elton John. I still think Elton John is number 1 at the list, although Kenny Rogers was phenomenal and outstanding. But he put on Barry Manilow, and guess what? He came back.
Good.
Yeah. So, if you're well received and people turn out and appreciate your talent, what do you care if there's burning cars in the background?
Right. Yeah. What do
For that matter. Outstanding performer, to say the least. Barry Manilow. You say he's still, how old would be?
He's 82.
82, and he's still doing shows.
Still performs. And he'll do a 90-minute show.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. He did an outstanding show. What would you say was your favorite musical show that you've seen, whether it was in Peoria or Eastern or Stevens Point or North Point or
Are we talking
West
about
Point?
like a musical like in Phantom of the Opera, or are you talking about a performer doing a...
Yes. Yes. Yeah. No. I would make the distinction between like I have loved seeing Phantom of the Opera and what's about the French Revolution?
Les Mis.
Les Mis. Oh, I just adore Les Mis, and I remember watching a compilation of performers in the world at a special anniversary of Les Mis in London at the Palladium, and that's still one of my great ones. But in Peoria, it's just the singers, not a Broadway production, but an individual singer or a group of singers, like the Bill Gaither concert. I love that.
I'd say here in Peoria, it was when I went to see Sawyer Brown.
Really?
He put on a really good
Show. That was your number one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about you, Terry?
I don't go to a lot of them. The most recent I saw was Nate Bugazzi, and he was incredible.
He's a singer?
No, he's a comedian.
Well, no, I mean musical.
Musical?
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't remember the last musical I went to. I can't think of it. I'll have to think.
Mine was Elton John.
I don't go to a lot of
I just,
concerts.
I'd love to play an Elton John Christmas show. Did he ever? I'm sure he did a Christmas show, but I don't know if there's any CDs.
He's in bad shape.
Is he
Well,
bad
and remember,
shape?
he lost his sight in the one eye.
Oh, you're kidding.
He's not doing
Yeah, so he's not doing very well health-wise.
So he's not performing?
I don't think
I don't think so.
Well, that's too bad, because he put on an outstanding show, and I say the Bill Gaither show was outstanding. I remember seeing Sandy Patty, in the theater along with Larnell Harris, and they put on an unbelievable show. We've had so many great, marvelous entertainers.
I'd like to see the Stones. I think that would be yeah. Even now, even performing now. But,
even now.
Yeah, but got tickets for a show like that.
Hey, we have just a few minutes left. I don't know whether we can get it in real quick. Very tough this day in history. 1993, December 8th, Bill Clinton signed something into law. Do you know what it was?
98.
Phil Salzer, he would know the answer to this.
Had nothing to do with Monica, did it?
No, nothing to do. It was a measure that I don't know if it did what it was supposed to do, but it became controversial.
To do with schools?
No.
Did it have to do with voting?
No.
Transportation?
And it was more known as a acronym.
Oh, he started that MAGA movement.
No. The magnet or magnet. Anyway, he signed NAFTA into law.
Oh,
remember the North American Free Trade Agreement, and said he hoped the agreement would encourage other nations to work toward a broader World Trade Pact. NAFTA, a trade pact among the United States, Canada, and Mexico, eliminated virtually all tariffs and trade restrictions across the three nations. I wonder where that stands today. I'm not too sure where it would. At any rate, you know the rest of the story. And I want you to remind everybody what's happening tomorrow night at Illinois Central College.
Tomorrow night there'll be a Carpenter's Christmas. It's at 7:30 p.m. at the East Peoria Performing Arts Center at ICC. Singer Lisa Rock and her six-piece backing band are keeping six-piece the Carpenter's Holiday Traditions alive. You can buy tickets online or at the box office. Online is icc.edu/arts.
And it's a small venue, smaller than what I thought. You gave the numbers, 458?
Yeah, like 450 something. Beautiful venue, though.
Yeah, it is. It's a great venue, just not very large. And let's see, what's the temperature going to be tomorrow night? 41. That's not bad.
No, it'll be windy, though.
Yeah, kind of like this show.
Yeah. A lot of hot air.
A lot of hot air, you've got. Yeah. And, well, it is what it is. In the meantime, thanks for being a part of our program. Thank you, Dick Hawley, for stopping in. Again, a reminder about his show. Well, not his show, the Peoria Pops Orchestra, is Saturday night
5 points.
At
Washington.
5 points. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Stay warm. Remember, God loves you, and so do we. Thanks for being a part of our program. Have a wonderful day, everybody.